hippie hut down a country road. There's a girl named Jonesy with a carefree soul. She's got chickens in the yard, running wild and free, and she's rolling up her life in a sweet green dream. Jonesy in her hippie hut, life's a breeze, smoking that good stuff, feeling so at ease, with the chickens clucking and the sun so bright. Jonesy's living in her own kind of life. She wakes up with the sunrise, no shoes on her feet, dancing in the garden to a reggae beat. She's got a peace sign hanging on her front porch swing, and a big old smile for everything. Jonesing in her hippie hut, life's a breeze, smoking that good stuff, feeling so at ease, with the chickens clucking and the sun so bright. Jones's living in her own kind of life. She's got no worries, just the earth and sky, living her life, no need to try, with a heart full of love and a head full of dreams. Jones's riding on life's sweet stream. Jonesing in her hippie hut, life's a breeze, smoking that good stuff, feeling so at ease, with the chickens clucking and the sun so bright. Jones's living in her own kind of life. So if you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think of Jones and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free, in a hippie hut, just like Jones and you see. So if you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think of Jones and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free, in a hippie hut, just like Jones and you see.
Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. I think I want to do a different background today. Let's see. We'll go with this one today. Hello, good morning, everybody. Let's see who got the gifted memberships. Let's see, where's it at? Here they are. We got Lily Beans, Curious AF, Rhonda R, Zen, hey girl, and Lottie Da. Welcome to the Hippie Hut, guys. Let's see. I got you a little welcome banner. Welcome. How y'all doing? It's hump day. Oh my God. Thank the Lord, baby Jesus. This week, I don't know if it's because we were on break last week and now I'm just like struggling to get back in the groove of things or what, but geez. Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome in. Hey, Kate the Great. Okay, so yesterday we left off. We were a little derailed yesterday. Not even going front. We were derailed. But we're going to restart the second call with Billy Joe and Leilani, and then we're going to move on to the random mail caller. So let me pull that up. Phone calls from prison, their link. Hold on, let me go back here. Phone calls from prison's link is pinned at the top. Please make sure you show them some love. All credit to them. No, it is not your fault. I was so grateful for you. I was so thankful you came up here. I didn't even know. Yeah, full moon week. Energy, yeah. Oh my God, the moon was beautiful here the other night. And huge. It was a good live. It really was, but it was derailed in a sense. And no, it's not because of Deetsy. It's just because we were focusing on Billy Joe's comments because she was in the chat. And so, uh, but we're not doing that today. I mean, y'all can chat with Billy if she comes in, but I'm just gonna keep it rolling until the calls are done, and then we can talk about things if we need to. Good morning, Be Real. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Pixie. All right, so let's get it started.
Yeah, I get that. I get that totally. Because I don't know how I'm doing every day either.
The captions are up top.
I know that what's coming is going to come, and I need to stay busy until this appeal comes, and that'll be a year in the making. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Yep. Thank you.
Wow. They, I feel like you were set up to believe that you wouldn't be charged, that they wouldn't find you guilty, and it aggravates me with that Hilliard guy. Me and him just do not get along.
What?
That Hilliard guy, your attorney,
Y'all two just clash.
horribly bad.
I don't know what it is. He doesn't know what it is. Y'all two both tend to think that the other is just an asshole.
Wow, I maybe was an asshole whenever I heard that on court TV. I got so scared.
Yeah, well, I did speak to him, and I told him that if he does any more interviews, I don't care as long as he just avoids any commentary about my other two kids.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to get. I was like, what is this guy thinking?
Yeah, so he
Oh
thought
my
about that.
God.
He said that he did say to the that he wasn't completely sure on the.
He did say that, but even putting that thought out there to people, man, all I can think about is keep your ass in the house, Billy, because people gonna follow you, and
Yeah, but he said
I've been worried about that and scared about that the whole time.
Yeah, he said he's gonna be working to remedy that, and that if he does do more interviews, which he probably will, and honestly, he's doing it on my behalf.
I know he is. I know he is because I listened to the rest of the interview. But I got message after message after message after message, and I was just like, oh my God, what just happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I freaked out. I did freak
out. So, yeah,
but I told him.
Yeah, but I told him, I said, I don't care if you do the interviews because honestly, I'm not.
I felt like he had put our family in harm's way.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, I don't.
Yeah, bro, her lawyer said that the kids. Which email did you send to? Yep, the lawyer. Oh, hold on. Good morning, Nanya. Oh, Jesus Christ. The lawyer in his interview said that the kids were living with Billy Joe, and that's not the truth. And that could put them in harm's way because there's a lot of people that feel a lot of anger towards Billy Joe.
Care if you do the interviews because honestly, I'm not going to do it. I'm tired of the media. I'm tired of the camera.
I'm tired of the media too.
I'm tired of the camera being in front of my face. It was in front of my face for 2 solid weeks.
Well, I do to ask him. I mean, if they were able to protect the drug dealers, then they can do that for our family at sentencing.
Well, see, that's not the attorney's decision. It's the judge's decision. But now listen, I didn't ask him to request that if they couldn't just turn the cameras off, maybe they could bleep out y'all's names and blur your faces.
Well, I mean, it would be best if they could, I mean, the whole reason we didn't come and the whole reason Vernon came was because I begged Vernon to please stay, And I didn't have to, don't think I had to beg him a lot because he felt bad any day he couldn't go, but some days it was just hard on him sitting on that bench.
Oh, I understand that, but this is what I requested him. I said if they say no to turning the cameras off, can we just bleep out my family members' names and blur their faces so that way they are not recognized after they leave?
Well,
then
I'll be
I said,
recognized because I'm going to say, I already know what I'm going to say because you're the best, absolutely best person in the world to be around when you're sober.
yeah, and I appreciate that. But I also told him that what did I say? You made me lose my train of thought.
Oh, yeah, I get it. I went back and I looked at some of the messages from 2 years ago and stuff like that, and I'm like, my God, what was I even saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the text messages they brought up, some text messages between me and Daniel, me and Craig, or whatever. Mama, I didn't remember those.
Yeah.
I was like,
Deetsy, go check Discord.
wait a minute, there's a video? Please tell me they're not going to show this video. Please tell me they're not going to.
Yeah, I know. I get that.
But let me see. I was going to say something. It'll come back to me when we're not on the phone. Watch.
I know. I hate that.
Something, I don't know. I'm just wanting him to blur. Oh, okay. Here it
I
is.
do want you, whenever you get a chance, to tell him that I do apologize for calling in a rant. I was just so afraid in that moment.
Yes, and I will.
I was more so afraid for my grandchildren than anything.
Fear of the media. He said that the media was even hard on him because of him defending me.
Yeah,
they were.
Yeah, usually it seems like the media and not just media, but I mean, you're always going to have those that find you innocent, think you're innocent. But a majority of people in a situation like this will feel like you're guilty. And yeah, they're going to talk shit. They're going to feel a certain type of way. Y'all shouldn't be surprised about that.
But, so, and even whenever I seen him that day, I was shaking in my shoes. I was like waiting for this paparazzi to pop around the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remembered. So I told him, I said, I guess one of the reasons you could express to the judge about wanting the cameras either off or to bleep and blur faces of my family members is because a lot of the people who might come and be a character witness is all have some type of minors in the home with them, little kids, and we don't want the media approaching y'all or any crazy-haired true crime YouTuber, in front of these children.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you care about kids, Leilani. You care about kids.
And we do want to protect all of them.
Yeah, this isn't just, I told him, I said, it's not just my fear about Zane and Sky. I said, my Aunt Jackie has a whole bunch of grandbabies. She watches all the time.
Right.
And
that's what I was just thinking, Remy, is like, bro, first off, if the murder wouldn't have happened, there would be no story for the media to be picking up on. But since it did, you can expect that they're finna be all over your ass, like white on rice. Get to it.
And Angie does too.
And Angie does too. And I said, and then Meemaw people are just too old to handle the stress of the media and people.
Yeah, let's protect all of them except Quentin.
Possibly coming and knocking on their door. And if they do research into Meemaw people, they realize that these are the people who lived right across the house from what happened in Effingham.
Yeah, they brought all that up.
So that's why I'm hoping that maybe if Aunt Jackie communicates with Hilliard and you communicate with Purse, y'all can make something happen.
Well, Aunt Jackie is a whole nother motherfucking story. That sentencing was a whole motherfucking story. Like, victim impact statements you would think would be about the child that was taken, the child's life that was taken. But no, every impact statement was about Leilani and what a good person she is. And what about Quentin? Hello, where did we go wrong here?
Yeah, I think
He's
James
gonna
Newton.
request all this. He can request it. He's gonna ask for it. He's gonna file a motion for it. But it's up to the judge.
Yeah, that's a good point, Deets. Yes. Y'all want to protect him, but your lawyer's first question to Danny on the stand is, where are the other two kids? And didn't he ask Danny where Sky, like specifically where Sky was living? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Well, it would be, you know, I have severe PTSD whenever I'm out in public and somebody picks up their phone. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, Rusty. Hey,
Yeah.
Gina.
I haven't been to Walmart. I like going to Walmart, but Walmart is too busy. The Piggly Wiggly here is expensive, but it's empty. Nobody's there.
Yeah. And then I had this crazy idea, and I know you're probably not going to do it, but it is a little funny. I was like, just buy everybody.
I'm sure, you know what? I'll give it to her. I'm sure it's hard to look folks in the eyes when, like, if you come across people that you're acquaintances with or you know, I'm sure it's hard to look them in the face when you know your daughter killed her child.
Wigs and give them a face mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring them on in.
Yeah. It's not you or the case or Quentin that we want to hide from. You know what I mean? People are crazy, Leilani. I just never realized how cruel and insensitive
People are crazy, Leilani. People are crazy. Not you, but people.
and awful people are. You know, like, you know, I make friends everywhere. Everywhere I go, I make friends. You know?
You do.
And
that's just how you are. You have a very magnetic
Hey,
personality.
Shaylee.
And I just don't, I mean, I've never dealt with like that kind of hate and,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and, you know, so it's very,
You know who did deal with that kind of hate? Quentin.
very traumatizing to me. You know, good God, girl.
From his own mother.
I get it. And my attorney, when he called me, you know, he said, do not take this lightly because I normally don't get personal in cases or whatever. And I'm almost directly quoting him, by the way. So he said, I do not normally get personal in cases. He said, but I truly believe that you're innocent. And he said, I do not know the Leilani from 2 years ago, but I know the one from now. And you have a good heart and a good soul. This made me cry.
Oh, you know who isn't even here to be able to cry anymore? Again, Quentin.
And you do, Leilani. I don't know how many times I told you that you're like the best person in the world sober. Like everything about you changes, even just smoking weed.
It
I'm
is
like,
just
Jesus.
Irish.
Yeah, but like it really hurt it didn't hurt my feelings. It got to me though, because for the longest time, for 2 years, I'm sitting here like, am I really that horrible of a person?
I know.
Yes, I can answer that for you. Yes, you are.
And you're not. You're not lying. I don't know what happened. And I don't think the world knows what happened. I don't think anybody got any answers out of any of that.
No, nobody.
And honestly, I was really surprised at the 3 murder charges.
Yeah, me too. But because like my attorney said, he
Deetsy, if you decide you want to come up, just let me know and I'll drop the link.
said I got convicted on speculation. There was literally too much reason about conflicting evidence and then no direct evidence. He said there's no reason other than that these people
Hey, Mama.
fell for the DA's trap, got their emotions involved, and what the speculation was just too horrible to ignore.
It wasn't. It's only speculation if there's no facts to back it up. And it's quite the contrary with this. Like, the facts were there. You lied. They proved you lied. They proved you didn't go visit your friend to get Oragel. They proved you were parked at the dumpster for 2 minutes. And then they found Quentin in the landfill. It's you, boo. It's you. That's not speculation. That's factual. Now, did they see you murder your child? No, nobody could. If you did it in the middle of the night while folks was sleeping.
Yeah. I love
But
him so much, and I miss him so much.
I love you too. But he also said that not even 24 hours after the trial, he had attorneys contacting him, civilians, strangers, friends, and family, all saying that I thought this woman was guilty for 2 years, and now I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
well, he's an idiot if he really said that to you.
and
I feel like the judge was biased. I feel like she didn't, honestly and truthfully, I think it was 100% wrong of them to be able to change the indictment.
yeah.
I mean, I've never watched a trial. I don't know if this happens all the time. I mean, I have no idea, but what in the world?
Yeah.
You can change the wording in the indictment so you can get a guilty conviction.
Oh, so the wording, that's what did it, guys. The wording in the indictment is what got a guilty conviction. That's what it was. Yep. I don't even know what else to say about that bullshit.
Much. I don't know. I didn't understand all that. I understood a little bit of what was going on, but I mean, I didn't understand a lot of really anything. I just know that I had written down the.
Yeah, I heard she was in Dolly's talking shit about Hadley. Hadley did an excellent job. My silver fox is everything. You heard everything.
Evidence that they don't have, and then there's speculation that doesn't have anything to back it up.
Yep.
And I was.
Yeah, I want you to think about this whenever sentencing comes up. I want you to think about because you went through the trial with confidence.
Yes, I tried. I tried to stay. I didn't really feel confident, but I did try to appear confident.
Well, you appeared that way, and everybody.
No. You did not appear that way. You appeared to not give a fuck until it came to you and your sadness of being caught. Your tears for your consequences.
You know, of course, everybody had something to say whenever you got all the guilty verdicts. And, oh, did you see how rampant her breathing was? And did you see, that was the first time I've seen any kind of real emotion with her. She's so selfish. That's why I told Jenna to tell you, do not cry whenever you go in there. You go in there and you hold your head up. And you take whatever they're going to give you.
I tried to keep myself from crying. Just like I tried to keep myself from crying when the first day of trial. I was breaking down over there the first day of trial.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. No emotion at all whenever she saw her son. No emotion at all whenever, I'm like, my God. And who was it that was saying something to me about it? I was like, you know what? If she would have cried, they'd have had something to say about that too. It doesn't matter what you've done up there. It doesn't matter what you.
There are 60 seconds remaining.
They were going to put how they felt. Right. Yeah. No matter what.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like if I cried, Mom, they would have said I'm faking it.
Yep.
If I didn't cry, I was detached.
Yeah.
So the whole time I'm trying to show no reaction, and I had a couple of tears slip throughout the trial, and I had to fight to get myself under control. At the beginning of trial, I was so overwhelmed I couldn't help.
And I know you come back, and the days you come back, you cried. I know that, but
We're so worried about Leilani's tears. We are so concerned about that. Jesus Christ. No, no more of that bullshit. Because you know what? I did a little bit of that yesterday only for the sake of BJ, because I don't want to hurt anybody, but I do have things to say. And when I see you in my chat, Yes, Truth. I'm about to get to that. When I see you in my chat, it does make me curb my opinions and how I put them out here. I just don't look to hurt anyone. But then after the live stream yesterday, all afternoon, all evening, I'm processing, I'm thinking through the conversations and Billy Joe's comments and all of that. And I'm like, that was like the things she was saying in chat didn't even match what was being set up on this panel. Like she kept saying, I know I'm the guilty one. You don't have to say it. You don't have to blame. I know I'm to blame. Well, first off, nobody directly said that. Then one of them was, I know I'm a monster. Well, nobody said that either. That's that emotional manipulation that I just can't fuck with. So you's out here trying to make it seem like we're saying things that we're not. And I don't fuck with that. Now, I said yesterday, I'm allowing Billy Joe to stay to where she can come in my chats. I almost blocked her this morning so that she couldn't. But I don't want to do that to her. I want her to be able to say what she feels she needs to say. But it's not going to happen anymore. And put that on yourself, that's you, not me. I'm speaking on Leilani and her actions. Exactly. Yeah, no. I'm not curbing my opinions on that shit no more. If I see you in the chat, I'm going to just keep it moving. And I know you were saying last night on a certain someone's panel, wow, how things changed with me. Baby, things didn't change with me. The truth came out during trial. That's when I realized we were lied to. So that's the first note. Second note, you're on my chat yesterday. You're in my chat yesterday fighting for us to understand that there's a whole nother side no one knows. And wanting understanding from us and damn near blaming Danny. And I'm not even going to say damn near. Blaming Danny. Then you talk about you struck someone for playing these, which is bullshit. Then you go on in another chat and say, I could strike. You can. It won't go through. But what I'm having a hard time with is finding out that you was up there talking shit about Brittany J's child situation with the cotton candy boobs, with the half-naked child, that was uploaded onto YouTube on, by her son. And you have an opinion on that. Let me say this right now, Billy Joe. You have no right to have an opinion on any other mother and her parenting. Period. Like, how fucking dare you? How dare you be up there having an opinion and talking shit about what went on with Brittany J's son? The exploitation of Brittany J's son, another YouTube creator that you don't know from anybody else on this platform. But you up there running your fucking mouth and talking shit about the exploitation done on that child, making excuses for it. The same way you make excuses for your own fucking daughter. Fuck out of here. Your feelings are not my problem anymore. If you find yourself in my chat, I'm sorry for you.
Came back, I was devastated at the stuff that I've seen. I was just overwhelmed with it.
There are 15 seconds remaining.
Can you call me back?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Brittany, exactly, Rhonda. Brittany J might not be the best parent. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. But so far, now things could change and, in the future. So far, she hasn't raised one murderer. But yet you've raised two.
Because we haven't talked enough. This is, yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I'll
just
tell you
Jake. It was sick.
So I did call and try to talk to your counselor, but she never called me back.
that. She has
Goodbye.
Listen, Truth, it did escalate. Like I said yesterday, I was, bouncing my thoughts around with the girls and Discord, and I'm just like, man, like I feel like that was manipulative as fuck to be in my chat saying things, making it seem like we were attacking her when we weren't. And I now see why. It's just messy as fuck. Listen, you're a victim still regardless, but you're also part of the problem. And for you to be up there talking on another woman's parenting is fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, Leilani's brother's in prison for murder too.
I'll be honest with you. I was really surprised, and everybody was really surprised that I wasn't called on the witness stand.
Well, see, I think you would have been if the judge didn't deem yours and my issues or struggles in
Roro?
our relationship inadmissible. And since you weren't at the house,
I know it hurt my feelings that you said.
I tried not, like, I was just thinking through it. I'm sorry, y'all. I was just thinking through it, and I was like, what the hell was that when I got done with my life? Like, what the hell just happened? Like, none of that even made any sense. And then to find out she went on a panel, and it doesn't matter whose panel, but to find out she went up there criticizing, bullshitting, making fun of, and talking shit on another person's parenting, Miss Ma'am.
Said that you had to pick me up off the ground from the OD.
no, that's not even what was said. So they left out the part where I said, I'm pretty sure that was a dream I had when I was a kid, but it stuck with me.
Yeah, Truth. Yeah. She went on a panel last night talking about Brittany J's parenting.
When I first learned about drugs and overdosing and why you were, all that stuff. Yeah, I was at the end, and they cut it off. If you go back and look, they cut it off where I said and then it was just cut off.
Okay. Well, I'm like, my God, I don't think Leilani's ever seen me in like a truly drug-induced freaking stupor. You know what I mean?
But they cut that off, and I leaned over to my attorney and I said, they really just cut off.
She sure did. Oh, best believe we're going to keep FOIAing. We're going to FOIA what we need to get all the videos.
Offer, I said, and I'm pretty sure that was a dream, but it stuck with me.
Hey, Texas girl.
But yeah, that got on my nerves that they cut that off. I was like, seriously?
Yeah. Well, I feel like, I feel like they failed y'all whenever it comes to them doing the hotel room. I felt like that failed y'all miserably, both of y'all, because I feel like if that room was going to be bugged, neither one of y'all should have known about it.
Right, but yeah.
Well, he left to go. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Deets. He wasn't staying in the hotel, and then they contact him and say, hey, can we bug the hotel? If I'm not mistaken, when he left Billy Joe's house, he had another interview with them. He was going to go out of town, and they asked him if he could do the hotel, right? Isn't that how that went down? Drop a link, bet. I could have swore. I'm sorry, y'all. I tried not to get fired up, but yesterday I felt some sort of way. I don't want to block Billy Joe so she can come and go in here as she wants, but I'm not holding back any longer. Hey, babe. Hold on. She's got to let her earbuds connect.
Yeah, you know me so well. The earbuds didn't connect. Yes. So he had already came out the very next day in his interrogations. He came out with the truth and said, I really didn't see Quentin that morning. And you can go back to the police body cam footage and see when Leilani first tells the Orgel lie. I caught it in the trial before the DA even brought it up. Danny cocks his head like,
He
you
sure did.
left in the middle of the night? Like, what? Like, that was brand new story. He hadn't heard from her about, what had went down. So they discussed that in his second interrogation, and he's like, yeah, I didn't see Quentin that morning. I got up, ran out the door for work, text the babysitter, yada yada yada. Well, then he moved out of the house. He was gone, and he was done with them. He was going to go to Atlanta or somewhere else. I can't remember. And then that's
It
when
was
they
Atlanta,
approached
yeah.
him about working with him to get the truth. And so then they set up the sting, so to speak, and he signed off for 3 months on having his phone tapped. So they're trying to say, oh, well, there's more to those tapes. Well, first of all, that'll be in the discovery, because everything that the DA found, like all of the DA's evidence, whether it was in the trial or not, was sent to the defense so that the defense can use it in their case. It has to be. It's against the law if it's not. Well, all of that will be in the discovery packet, and I'm sure someone eventually will get their hands on it. That's like what Allie and MJ have gone over with Letitia. So it'll be in there. But yes, he worked with them for months. So if there was like some big thing that they could have caught Danny on, the defense team would have had it and they would have used it. If there was something in that hotel room videos, in those hours and hours of hotel footage, because they were there for 3 days, the defense team would have used it because they have it. They had it the whole time. So obviously there was nothing in there that was helpful to the defense team. So what she's saying here, well, they cut off where I, asked him these questions, and he said blah, 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 but they didn't show that. Why didn't her lawyer show that if that's really on there, Leilani?
Did you hear her saying that they failed both of them by letting them know that the room was bugged, by letting Danny know?
I did, and I don't know how that would have changed anything.
I don't
It
either.
could have changed what Danny had said, obviously, or maybe we would have saw some more explosive fights or something, because yes, a person obviously does act different when they're on camera.
Right.
But Leilani, in what we saw, and again, I know there's more footage, but Leilani's not asking him pertinent questions about a timeline or anything like that. In fact, she doesn't want to talk about the timeline because she knows she's going to fuck up, because she's already fucked up with the timeline. And so instead of owning up to the truth, she just flips the switch and is like, I can't believe you don't believe me. You've joined their team. You don't believe me. You're with them. You think I'm the bad guy, blah, blah, blah. That's how she plays it instead. And I don't know what's on the rest of that footage, but again, if it was something that would have been beneficial to Leilani's case, her lawyers would have used it. And her lawyers did not object to anything that the defense showed as it pertains to this.
Yeah, because Melissa said that is correct. Any objections to this portion being played? No objections, Your Honor.
Right, exactly.
That's because they seen the same thing that they were playing, and they knew there was nothing else that could go against it, contradict it.
Again, this part that we're hearing out of her mouth, like, they didn't show this or they didn't show that. Bitch, why didn't your lawyer show it if it was that pertinent to the case? If it was going to help your defense, let's go back to the defense's case. All right. So the state rests. Defense is up. It's Lord Farquhar's moment. What happens? The defense rests, Your Honor.
Yep, sure did.
So, I mean, obviously there ain't crap there.
The rule of completion. The defense had all of that footage. They didn't introduce any of it either because there was nothing on it that could help her.
Exactly. Exactly.
Michelle, that's a running narrative going around on YouTube. There's nowhere in these calls that there's any. Yeah, and that's another thing I want to say. Before y'all go speaking and saying, how dare these people play these calls and, allow these minors' information to be put out there,
You
it
listen
hasn't
to them.
happened. You should go watch the shit before you run your mouth. It hasn't happened. There's no minors information in here at all. For one, the jail, whoever processes the FOIA, they redact that information. Then it goes to phone calls from prison or whomever else receives the FOIA. The FOIA. Then they go through it. And if there's something that was missed by the jail on redaction, then they'll redact it. There's no child's information in any of this. They're running with that narrative all over. Joe is running with that narrative. There's no children's personal identifying information in these calls. Period. Period.
And I'm with Cammy. Cammy said I still have a side eye towards Danny. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
think that's
Cammy,
normal.
I do too. I do too. Like, he was in that house. I don't have a side eye towards Paul now that I know where Paul was in the house. At first I kind of did, not gonna lie, I did. But knowing where he was, like location wise, I don't side eye him. But Danny, yeah, you're laying in that bed right there. You're getting high on the same drugs. Like, absolutely side eye him. But it's not the evidence of him actually having done anything. Listen, if they were in that hotel room, okay, Danny knew he was being recorded, but Leilani didn't. If she was suspicious of him, why the hell wasn't she grilling him?
Yeah, why wasn't okay? Like, yeah, because with him knowing the room is bugged, right? He's going to be more careful about what he says.
But she's
But if
not.
she really didn't have anything to do with it, you're right. Why wasn't she saying, well, are you sure you didn't get up in the middle of the night? Are you sure you didn't do something in the middle of the night? Like, there was none of that.
Exactly. Like, well, of course I got up and went and got the Orajel. Danny, you know this. I told you this. Like, you got up with me. You saw my phone. Like, no, none of that. Like, she said she told him, and then she said, you do that thing you do in your sleep, and you made that noise. Well, I could say that to my husband now, and he'd have no idea whether I was telling the truth or not.
Yeah.
But no, it was just her convincing him that she actually went and got Orajel. That's what that was.
Yeah, it was. And he even brought up the Orajel that was there already. Remember? He was like, there were 2 tubes in the medicine cabinet under the mirror. And that was because he was trying to figure out, well, if you already had 2 tubes, why did you need to go get more?
Yeah, I'm very curious about what Nanya said too. Like, why don't they ever talk about? But maybe it's hard. Maybe that's why they don't talk about the baby on the call. I would honestly, empathy wise, like it would be extremely hard to talk about him. I get that.
That's true, Pearl. That's true. Okay, let's play a little more.
I felt like that failed y'all miserably, both of y'all, because I feel like if that room was going to be bugged, neither one of y'all should have known about it.
Right, but I had to tell my attorney. I said in that room when
100%, Nanya.
he was questioning me, I said I decided to question him about 6 a.m. I didn't know anything about the 3 a.m. thing, Mom, until trial. I didn't know nothing about that. But the 6 a.m. that's what he told me when I called him. So when he was questioning me, I decided to question him about why he keeps telling me that he did see him, but then he turned around and originally told the police that he did and then said that he wasn't sure. And he said that I was just trying to save my own ass. So I had my attorney go up there and ask Agent Solomon, who was the one, Savannah, was the one who monitored it, if she recalled hearing that. She said, yes, I did recall hearing something like that.
Who's to say you didn't come back and go to bed and Danny didn't get up and leave with the car and you left your phone in the car?
Hey, Jinlu.
That is a possibility, and I even told
you just tell me when you want me to
that.
pause.
I think that was one of the speculations that I told the police, and they didn't show that interview either. I said, you can ask my family and stuff. I said, I do normally keep my phone on me, but if it's dead or close to
I can't never get you to answer the phone. What you talking about?
But I said, but if it was dead or close to dead, or I would just leave it in the house.
Your phone's always dead.
Yeah, this is what I was telling them though. I was like, if I was in the house or whatever, I would leave it, or I would leave it in the car and get it out the next day. I said that was very common with me, and that was because I was high all the time. I wasn't worried about that damn phone.
No, I didn't either.
Okay.
In my time, I couldn't stand for the phone to ring.
Yeah, no, I get paranoid when somebody calls me. I'm like, oh my God, are they going to hear that I'm all fucked up? Or like, am I going to talk too fast? Or, you know.
No.
So like, I didn't care about that phone. But
I just hope that
I believe that
100.
I believe that the
100%. I just hope that 100% you know and believe in your heart that drugs cost every bit of this. That this is what drugs do.
This is the core of it, yes.
All right, go ahead and pause it. Jay.
No, for me, it's
Yeah.
not the core of it. For me, it's what how do you say that word?
Exasperated it.
Yeah, it made it worse. Like whatever was going on, the drugs did not help. I mean, I doubt drugs make you start hating your child. I don't know
So-
that.
I don't think they do, but what do I know? But she says at the beginning of that little diatribe that she just had that she told the police this theory that, what if she came home and had left her phone in the car and he took off with the car? And she's like, but they didn't show that. Were we watching the same damn trial? It's your trial, Leilani. It's your daughter's trial. They did show that. They did show
yeah.
that part of her interview where she states that and says that I'm known to leave my phone on the charger or here or there. So no, they did show that. But the reason that it doesn't matter, again, the reason that your house of cards will always fall is your initial lie that nobody knew. You locked yourself into that space of going to the dumpster to get Orgel, of meeting the meth head to get the Orgel, and nobody else did that. Nobody else put themselves in the place where Quentin was discarded. And I'm sorry to say it so brass, but that's what happened. He was discarded there. Nobody else put themselves there except for you, Leilani. And, I know Hilliard, sorry, I keep trying to say his real name, not what I called him, but Hilliard tried to talk about Danny's route. Well, if you follow Danny's route, which they showed in court, if you go and follow it, there's none of the dumpsters along that way led to the same landfill. But Leilani tries to say, oh, he could have just dumped him in a dumpster on his way to work.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
No. It's just so ridiculous, the delusion that she's trying to maintain, and I'm talking about Leilani specifically, that she's trying to live in, she's trying to stay, and maybe she doesn't remember some of the actions, but the only person that put themselves at those dumpsters was Leilani.
Well, I don't get with the not remembering things, because she knew well enough what to lie about the night before. So,
and that morning,
you knew to lie, bitch. You knew to lie.
Look at that body cam footage, and when he comes and asks, and it just happened to be a random officer that found her car out late at night on that. It's a system that Georgia has. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe someone in the chat will remember. And it just like grabs license plates. And so they were able to grab that license plate out late at night. And then that's when they went and found the footage and found where she was. I mean, they did that almost instantly, within hours. And when that officer comes up and asks her, she lies on the spot. You didn't misremember or forget enough to not make up that lie. You made up that lie like it was warm butter on toast. It just slid right over you. It was instantaneous. I have a feeling you were planning that lie for quite some time.
I think so too. And Tess, you're right. Billy Joe probably didn't realize that this is what people do, that they FOIA these calls and documents of true crime cases. But said Leilani knew these calls would get out. She jokes about it. So it lets you that adds to
Yeah.
the this is all
A narrative.
a narrative, and it's all an act, and it's just like, fuck, man.
And honestly, this is not anything new at all for the true crime community. So if you are close to a lot of true crime creators, or even just a couple, I'm really shocked that they didn't tell you or give you a heads up. Like, hey, anything that you call or say to Leilani is going to get out there to the public. If you do not want it to get out there to the public, you need to go through her attorney. That is the only way to keep it off public record, is to go through the attorney.
Yeah, that's what Nunya said. Nah, fuck all that. She speaks privately to enough creators that are very aware of calls like this. Why didn't they tell her if they cared about her?
Yes.
Because they don't care. It's all like, it's convenient friendships. It's convenience.
Yeah.
All right, let's play a little more. I got to let my dog in. So I'm going to let it play for a second.
But I do believe my attorney.
Leilani, this would have never happened if y'all were lying.
I know.
Never.
But like I
If
said,
you were
that's part of
drunk?
it. I believe that. I do, and I'm good on that. But I do believe my attorney's speculation, because nobody could explain the vomit in that playpen, Mama. And it was red, so that was from that night, because we had spaghetti. You know. But nobody could explain that. And then Daniel saying, apparently to the police in his initial interviews, that he had got up at 3 a.m. to feed Sky, that he deliberately glanced inside the playpen and seen Quentin there. My attorney thinks that he realized something was wrong, stayed up until it was time to go to work, messaged the babysitter during his panic or whatever, and just put him in one of the residential trash cans on the way to work, which would have gone to the same exact place that they said they found him.
No.
I don't know, Leilani, but I know I'm heartbroken over it.
I'm heartbroken over it too. But finally
Because
having some type of
Quentin
faith.
he didn't deserve any of that.
No, he didn't. But finally having some type of theory that just, I don't know, to me rings true and makes sense.
No, it doesn't ring true, and it doesn't make sense. That is the theory of a delusional woman, Leilani, who is trying to pass this off to her loved ones so that she can maintain some type of normalcy with those that she speaks to in her family. That's it. That's all. That's what that is. She's trying to convince herself of this lie that, oh, here's a theory that finally makes sense. Whatever happened to, remember, I know Leilani said it too, like, if it ever comes out that I did this, then I will take full accountability. Where's the accountability? Where the fuck is the accountability for this?
And you know what? That, you remember, Deets, we had this conversation when sentencing was over, because with life with parole, you got to show some kind of accountability when coming up for parole. And even if you fake it, you know what I'm saying? But and that goes to what Nunya's saying. I can't imagine the pain when one day she tells her mom the full truth and she realizes she got lied to all along. She will be heartbroken even more. My thing is, I don't think Leilani's ever gonna tell the truth, in my opinion. I don't think we will ever really know what happened.
I think that I do think that when people tell themselves a lie over and over and over, they start to believe that lie. And I think she has believed her own lies for so long that has now become her truth. But it's not the truth.
Yeah, but unfortunately for her, she had to come up with a story for where she was the night before. Well, if you ain't lying, you ain't got to fake it. So
yeah. And I couldn't catch who said it in the chat, but someone said if she, had a suspicion of Danny, she'd have been all over him in that hotel room. Exactly. And again, if she was, and it can't come out now like, oh, I was all over him, they just didn't show it. No, your lawyer would have shown that. Your lawyer would have spun a narrative about that.
Hey, Truth.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm not going to stay up long, but I had heard these calls because I watched them over on phone calls from prison. And this is what had me so fired up in your chat yesterday, is this conversation that we're hearing right this second.
It's fucked up.
Number one, Billy Joe, you are not doing your daughter any favors by not allowing her to take responsibility for what she did.
I agree.
Number one, she's never going to leave prison until she does take that responsibility. We all know you don't get parole
Correct.
unless you own your crime. Now, I didn't know about Billy Joe going on another panel discussing somebody else's parenting. The nerve. I mean, that's all I mean, I don't even, I'm like flabbergasted right now.
I was
nerve.
too. Like, how
I
dare
have
you?
empathy for Billy Joe and still call bullshit.
Same.
So continue to feed Leilani's head with these stories of, well, who's to say Danny didn't do this? Danny, no, Leilani committed this horrible crime. You can love and support your daughter and still make her step up to the plate.
Yes.
This is no honor to Quentin whatsoever, Billy Joe.
I agree.
I am the mother of an addict who is currently incarcerated. Okay? Never once have I allowed him to say, the drugs made me do it.
Yeah, to skirt the accountability, the responsibility.
Now, most of my son's crimes were committed in the process of either getting or doing drugs. I'll admit that. But my son did that. Not the drugs.
Right. That's what I was saying. The drugs make it like they don't help, they add to it, but the core of your being still chose to do it, you know?
Well, and Pixie just nailed it. She said they used Danny's addiction for what happened to Quentin to make him a suspect. They use her addiction as an excuse. And that
to make her
that's so true.
Good point. And I also want to say yesterday when I was in here, and I was getting upset. Like I had to leave. I had to bail because I felt like Joneson was kind of pussyfooting around.
I was, because she was in here and I just didn't want to hurt her, Truth. I didn't want to hurt her.
I know. I don't want to hurt her. It's not my goal. But she's the one that's putting herself in this position.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, she can't change what her daughter did. She's not responsible for what her daughter did.
And you can't change our opinions on Leilani after finding out the truth of what Leilani has done. We're going to have our opinions on it. And the fact remains that if you go back and listen to that live, Johnson and I didn't say shit about Billy Joe till she comes in and she starts asking things about it. Nobody was even talking about her. We were talking about Leilani and Leilani's actions and Leilani's lies and Leilani's delusion. So I don't know why that, and like,
well, and I could see that Billy Joe was starting to get on that. Oh, I'm the bad one. I'm this.
Yeah, that's what I got upset about.
On you, Billy Joe.
Yeah. After my live, it took a little bit of bouncing and thinking and, processing it. And I was like, that was like emotional manipulation.
Someone asked me in Discord, do you feel like Billy Joe came into that live stream to manipulate it? And I honestly said no. But now I'm beginning to wonder.
I didn't think so at first either. The truth, I seriously thought, oh no, she just, wanted, she's been around Jonesens for a long time. She's been an active participant in this chat for a long time. So I really thought she was just here to, listen to hear what Joneson had to say about it. But yeah, the more I think about it, especially what she said, her comebacks, which was like, fine, I fucking did this or that. It's like, wait, nobody's even saying you did these things. Nobody's even saying that you are the best. It does feel like emotional manipulation because nobody was putting that on her except herself.
Let me think. Harley
Quinn, welcome to the Hippie Hut, girl.
Go ahead.
I'm going to jump down because I can express myself just as well in the chat. But Billy Joe, if you're listening, truly honor that baby and help your daughter get through the next 30 years, because I'm pretty sure in Georgia, when you get life, you have to do at least 30
I think
before
so. Yeah.
before you're even
Mhm.
eligible for parole.
Eligible. Yeah.
But help your daughter for as long as you're still here on earth to own what she did.
40.
Oh, it's 40. Either way, she needs that guidance to be able to take the accountability necessary.
Imagine
Faking it ain't
being
gonna make it.
Leilani.
Yeah.
Imagine right now, put yourself in Leilani's shoes, if at all possible, but why would she admit to her guilt
No.
when she has her mother
Yeah.
backing up these stories?
Spinning, yeah.
When you
Spinning
have people
narratives.
co-signing it, you don't have
Yes.
to admit to anything because
Yes.
you have people who believe you. That's all you need is just a handful of people to believe you, and it continues your own narrative, your own games, and your own manipulation.
And if you're really, I mean, you love your daughter, I get that. Love doesn't
Absolutely.
just
I do
go
too.
away,
Yeah.
but if you really love your daughter, are you doing her any favors by polluting her mind and going along with these stories? No. Buck up and say, you did this, you have to pay for this.
Girl, the
But that
evidence
doesn't
was
mean I don't
there.
love you.
Yeah.
I just find it so. See, I had already heard this call. So yesterday I was fired up anyways.
I understand.
I haven't heard them all yet. This is where we stopped yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's very frustrating right here. It is.
it is, because you have Billy Joe, who has presented herself from jump. If my daughter did this, can we go all the way back
Yep.
to the interview?
Yep. She sure as heck did. If she did, I will, hand deliver her to the jail. I'll throw her under the jail myself. Like, we will hold her accountable for it. Leilani herself stated, if it
Yes.
comes out that I had something to do with this, I will walk myself in there and turn myself over and accept full responsibility and take full
Yes.
accountability. Well, watch the trial. Don't watch it while you're in a drama chat. Watch the trial. Watch the interrogations, the interviews, the body cam footage. Watch the evidence that they presented in that trial about the murder of Quentin Simon, and you will see it is all there. There is no ifs, ands, or buts as to who committed this crime.
And this comes from me. I'm not speaking on behalf of Dietz, Joneson, or anybody else. The panel who hosted her for no other reason than to attack this channel.
I didn't hear any of that.
And Brittany J's.
And how ridiculous all 1,200, 2,000, however many people were in your chat that did not speak up to say, whoa, wait a minute. We have a mother who has not one, but 2 children serving time in the state of Georgia for murder.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about another creator's parenting.
Like, miss
on
me with
YouTube?
that shit.
It beggars belief that she didn't cringe herself inside out from embarrassment. I mean,
Right?
the sheer nerve.
I can't believe I could not. I don't sit in that chat anyways. I've only been over there one time and I said something and I got the boot. But I can't believe. I mean, I'll have to go back unless she's put it on members only. And I just want to watch the chat and see if one person speaks up and says, "Are we really doing this?"
I hope
sit here.
so. I didn't watch, but I hope. Jesus
But
Christ.
I'm going to jump down. So
Well, thank
I
you
just
for
wanted
coming
to
up.
say,
Bye,
because
Tracy.
Billy Joe, if you're listening, you are not doing your daughter or Quentin any justice by what you're doing right now. Get off the internet. Leilani still has appeals to come.
Good luck. Do a little research, though. Honestly, let me interrupt. Sorry, real quick, Tracy. But do a little research on what all goes into an appeal. You don't just get an appeal willy-nilly because you feel like you didn't get a fair
That's
shake,
true.
or you feel like they didn't present the right thing. No, there's very, very specific
No,
criteria to get
yeah.
that appeal. And
You only get
good
automatic
luck.
appeal on death penalty, and this wasn't a death penalty case.
Nope.
So, all right, guys, ladies, I'm going to jump down. Like I said, it's just so irritating when I was in here yesterday and it was all being pussyfooted around, and I knew what Joneson was trying to do. You know, I even saw where Billy Joe is a member here.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I thought, okay, Joneson is doing her best to be straight up about the topic, but yet not
Hurt her. Yeah. I
but
just-
she
Well,
didn't
I've
think
always
that
had-
she didn't think that about you, Johnson. So keep
No,
that in mind.
I agree, and that's that's
Really?
why I'm here on a whole different level this morning.
All
I have
right.
always had
Thanks for
empathy
coming up,
towards
Tracy.
Peace.
Bye, Tracy. I've always had empathy towards Billy Joe and the position that she was put in, because I've always felt like she was, and listen, you can come at me in the comments for this if you want to, but she was a grandma doing her best, trying to keep her family together. And she was, you know, in a completely different state, working her ass off, trying to, you know, keep the lights on, food on the table, that sort of stuff. So I've never put her in a position of blame. So to hear now that after that live, she went and spoke negatively on you or us, that's some bullshit.
Us, yeah, and then about Brittany J's parenting. Hell, I was more concerned about that than what she said about us and how we've changed and things have changed. Well, absolutely. I gave grace until
truth
that
came
trial.
out.
When the truth came out, it was like,
out, Billy Joe.
you've been lying this whole fucking time.
There are multiple lies that came out during that trial as to what was presented on YouTube, as to what actually took place in reality. And don't ask what, go watch it. You'll see them
Yeah.
for yourself.
And hey, Pearl, I'm being a bad host. Hey, welcome.
No, you were fine, darling. I was listening to Truth and I was just loving everything that she was
Me
saying.
too.
And there was nothing that I disagreed with. So I was just sitting there sort of going, yes, 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 yes. So there was no point interrupting. Sort of somebody's already saying it all for me. But I just wanted to say that I thought that it was ridiculous. I saw a screenshot of Billy Joe in another chat, saying that Dietz came up and Dietz didn't really know what she was saying and foolishness and all this sort of thing. And I'm just thinking, Dietz is more acquainted with both how the trial went down, but also the legal frame underneath it.
She said I didn't know what I was talking about?
Yes, she did, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just absolutely,
Billy.
because you were frank with her and you were honest with her. But I just feel like this is the operating procedure that family works under. Sort of denial and avoidance, and always looking for an alternative story. And that's part of why things have turned out the way they are. And if you want to stop that becoming generational, then you really need to start examining
You have to be the example.
the excuses that you make and the allowances that you make. People misunderstand the concept of unconditional love. Unconditional love means there's nothing that you could do that will stop me loving you. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to condemn the things that you've done. She's confused by this whole thing of like the love, the depth of love that she has for a child means that my child, right or wrong. That's not the case at all. You can love your child and think they're completely wrong. There's two things that can happen very easily.
I'm a little flabbergasted. We showed some of the proof. I could easily go and lay out for her what I was saying that was presented in the trial. It's all there. The footage is on YouTube. You're around YouTube streets. Go pull it up and watch it.
I feel like that's because she thinks that they're trying to cover something up, and she said they fucked up so bad and they're trying to hide it. So I think with you repeating what actually happened in the case and in the trial, she feels like, well, you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm only speaking to the facts that are out there. I don't know any behind the scenes things. I only know what was in the trial, what the evidence that the DA presented and the facts that they presented, and not the hearsay, because I even gave her that. Remember when it came down to the eyewitness testimony or the eyewitness talking about how they treated or how Leilani treated Quinn, I said I don't give a lot of credibility to those statements because they're just eyewitness testimony, and we all know how that goes. But I'm talking about the cell phone data, the text messages, the interrogation videos, the hotel room video. I'm talking about Leilani's own words. I'm talking about the CPS reports that were presented during the trial and things that were presented before the trial. I'm only talking about those facts, and they're all out there, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, we can play a little more. Y'all just stop me when you're ready.
I did feel some type of closure from that when I first heard him say that, and I was just like, that's a possibility. Because I never changed the last time. I never changed.
I don't understand. I don't understand why Hilliard didn't bring anybody up on your side, any witnesses for you. He didn't. I mean,
It was because it wasn't the defense's burden to come up with the proof.
You
And
didn't have a
but it was-
defense.
Oh my God,
Okay.
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
It ain't got to come up with your lies, girl. No, because they
Yeah.
couldn't
I mean,
defend
it is
you.
true.
You're
It is true that
She's
the burden is
undefendable.
on the prosecution to prove it. But let's
Mhm.
face it, her defense was her attorney essentially standing up and going, "Yeah, prove it." That was
Yeah.
it.
You didn't prove it. That was their case. They didn't prove their case. That was his defense. And she's accurate. The burden of proof is on the state to prove that she did it, which they did. So typically a defense does exactly what they're called, and they defend, and they show where the state has spun a narrative and they can prove it with facts and situations or even footage and stuff like that. Her defense did none of that because they didn't have it. There was nothing. Their
Well,
defense was maybe it was Danny. That's their defense.
Yeah, I found I find similar, and not the cases, not the crimes themselves, but look at Wade Wilson's trial. His defense couldn't defend him on anything either. So
No.
it kind of aligns, like when they can't defend you, they just can't. That's why people are outraged and saying that Wade Wilson didn't have a fair trial because his lawyers didn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. And when they can't do anything, it's because you're that fucked.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
Exactly
that
like
tall.
Remy said. The defense is supposed to poke holes in the state's case, but there were no holes to poke.
No.
They laid it out so well. Like I said, that was
Y'all
a
talk for a
really
second.
beautiful timeline, a very, very beautiful timeline that the DA laid out. We called him Superman for a reason, not just because he looks like Clark Kent. He laid it out in a very beautiful way for a trial. And if you don't watch trials, maybe you don't see that. You don't realize that that was laid out in a very nice manner. But it was, and there was nothing there for the defense to poke holes in. It just
There wasn't. And when it came to actually sort of summing up, her attorney essentially reached for the Scott Peterson defense, which is, yes, my client is a slut and a liar and a junkie, but it doesn't mean she's a murderer. Just like Scott Peterson, he's an adulterer and a liar, and a smarmy sort of a bitch, but it doesn't mean he's a murderer. Okay.
Well, it was so frustrating to hear. Her defense attorney basically said that too. They're going for the slut shaming approach. And she said that in this call as well. Like, oh, they're just trying to malign my character. And, I was an adulterer and all this. No, what those text messages prove, and the fact that it went over your heads is hysterical. But what those text messages prove to the jury and to anybody else watching is that Leilani frequently leaves her house in the middle of the night without anybody knowing about it. That's what that shows.
Exactly that. It could have been a consistent behaviour with anyone. She could have been going out to secret prayer meetings or Al-Anon. The point is, she disappears in the night. Nobody knows that she's out there. But as it turns out, it was a drug dealer who she happened to be sleeping with. She picked those circumstances. Nobody else did.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly, Pearl. Oh, I'm gonna have to diamond art like Johnson does to stay calm.
Do it. I mean,
I'm doing it.
do it. Okay, let's play some more.
It was
And anybody he
defense's
would have
third,
called to come up with
I'm gonna rewind just a
defense's
smidge.
burden to come up with the proof. And
yeah,
anybody
but
he
it was
would have
it was
and anybody he
defense's
would have
third,
called
and
anybody he would have called was his family. And everybody probably would have taken that with a grain of salt. I don't have friends. Who are they gonna call?
you were
Paige?
going to Mama and Vernon's house 3 times a week.
I was. I was
You
going
and
up there.
Danny.
I was going up there very often, trying to be helpful to them, and
Wow, I mean, I just,
Well, Hilliard won't be the one doing the appeal. I mean, he's going to file the appeal, but then because they know attorneys who file appeals normally don't do their own appeals because they might not see where they did something wrong or should have done something or didn't do something right. So he's going to pick another attorney, an attorney who's not in it for the publicity. I think I know who it's going to be, but to take over.
you need that attorney that Quentin had.
Huh?
And you need the attorney Quentin had. You need to tell him to go back and look and see.
Nah. She don't need the attorney Quentin had. She don't need to have nothing to do with anything Quentin had.
I can't remember that guy's name, but
Well, this is I think
Hey,
this attorney.
She's talking
This is
a
about
pro bono attorney.
She's talking about the son that's in prison for murder, Quentin, not the baby, Quentin.
Oh, the brother
Yeah.
Quentin. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
brother.
what? For
Mhm,
like what?
yeah.
A custody attorney? Like
But
what?
I mean, he's still in prison, so I don't know why you'd want that attorney. But whatever. That's who she's talking about, not baby Quentin.
Okay, got it.
Attorney.
So this attorney has a very good reputation. She even came to the trial to be there for me and spoke to me in between breaks and stuff. It's either he chooses or the judge just appoints a random attorney. So I prefer somebody to be chosen that he trusts because you and Hilliard don't get along well. He really did do a good job defending me.
I don't know why we don't get along well. I don't know what, I mean, he, and Leilani, whenever I tell you that man, I mean, he spoke to me in a way that Vernon was getting pissed off because I was sitting there shaking. I mean, he had to see I was a freaking nervous wreck.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
It was starting to make me feel like, damn, I wonder what Leilani has said to this attorney about me.
And see, that's the thing. I haven't.
I wonder too, but that we will never know. You're lucky there because that is protected.
I said nothing besides like you're the only person who has been supportive through all of this. I did say I believe that you doubted me for a very long time.
Oh, I just know that, honestly, I doubted both of you. You and Danny.
Yeah, but that's I did tell him that though, and that's true. That's how I felt for a long time. So I really feel like she's doubting me, but she's doing her best to still be supportive and open minded and stuff like that. So, but we never really had deep conversations about you. I mean, he'd ask what was going on with the kids, and I told him that we have a game plan, but we never went into detail about a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Why do you
I've
care?
been trying to get...
Never mind. Let me shut up. Shut up. Like, why do you care what she said about you to her lawyer? Like, whatever. I'm shutting up.
Detail about a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to get in touch with Barrick ever since the verdict, and he hadn't called me one time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, Leilani, I can probably get everybody in the family to go up there and to speak on your behalf, but I think it's probably best that I stay out of it. Because no matter what I say or do, no matter what I say or do, it's not going to be taken with any kind of credibility.
It might not, and but I think that you should get the opinion of Robert Purse before you make that decision.
Yeah. I like him.
Yeah, I would say speak to him. They give you his...
With his old little silly bow tie.
His little bow tie and his big old ears.
I couldn't tell his ears were big. I just, everybody talked about his bow tie and how they liked him.
Yeah, well, I would lean over every day. I'd be like, so how many bow ties do you have? Because, like, every day you're wearing a different bow tie.
Yeah.
And that was just me trying to not focus
I
on.
do want you to know how great of a person you are. Leilani, being sober is so.
Here's my problem. She's not a great person.
No.
And also she's only sober because she's being forced to be sober.
Yeah.
She's
She
not
could have
choosing
expressed that
sobriety.
differently. She could have said, I want you to know how great of a thing I think it is that you're sober. The behaviour is good. The person, where she gets this idea that she's a great person from, just blows my mind.
I think I can't help but keep falling back on it's just because she's the mama, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You. It is. You are just, you're so freaking smart. It pisses me off. You're so smart. I have to ask you how to spell words.
Well, this might.
Yeah. And you're beautiful.
Thank you. This might assure you a little bit that I do and have for a long time had a kind of game plan for if I did end up having to go to prison for a short period of time or for a very long time. But I do plan on trying to get enrolled into some type of college classes, depending on what they have,
Mm-hmm.
because it'll keep me busy. And also being there, I'll probably be able to do some type of actual substance abuse. You know,
Yeah.
get a certificate in that. That'd be cool, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's going to help you a long way because I'm going to tell you, whenever I went to go see your brother, it broke my heart. And it made me not want to go back.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like that, you know? I mean, and I don't expect people to come and see me all the time, but I'm pretty sure they have video visits there too. And me being there for at least a year before this appeal, and I'm not holding my breath on this appeal because, I mean, this is all going to happen to them and just everybody knows about me. But
Wait, what? Can you play that again? What
Hold
did you
on.
say?
Do we know where she's going for her time?
Yes. All women in I learned this in Chloe Driver's situation. All women in Georgia are sent to one facility, and unless they are how do they word it? Like, unless they get in trouble at that facility, they typically stay at it. But I can't remember the name of it. It starts with a P.
Okay.
But could you play that part just one more time? I couldn't understand what she was saying, and I want to hear it.
you know, I mean, and I don't expect people to come and see me all the time, but I'm pretty sure they have video visits there too. And me being there for at least a year before this appeal, and I'm not holding my breath on this appeal because, I mean, this is all going to happen to them, and just everybody knows about me.
Everybody, I still didn't hear it. She mumbled.
Everybody
there, like,
knows about it.
Yeah, she
So
said
she-
everybody knows about me. I thought
Or
she said
everybody
yes.
knows about me. Yeah.
So that is already lining up the excuse as to why she's not going to get an appeal. It's already going to be everybody else's fault, not hers. Okay.
I know that there's one prison in Atlanta for women. I don't know where the other one is, but I'm gonna ask that my family comes and sees me at least twice a year in person.
I think
I'm
so,
come see you.
Tess. I think so.
You know, because I mean, y'all got those lives. You get work. You got children. You got the children. You know, you got all this stuff going on. So I know there's gonna be.
I talked to. I went and met with the Department of Children and Family Party yesterday. The new caseworker. She is going to bring it up to her supervisor about us having visitation again.
She's going to what?
Bring it up to her supervisor about us getting visitation again, and we can probably do visitation with the kids right here at home.
And that would be cool. What they do, just bring a supervisor with them, and then
the supervisor will bring the kids.
Yeah, the supervisor bring the kids, and then supervisor just kind of be like
somebody
in the shadows in the corner just watching.
Oh, I'll have her involved in everything. Why not?
For the trolls
but
in the
I'm saying
bushes,
that's probably going to be her initial role.
This isn't her talking about where they are. This is her talking about getting visitation with the babies. This isn't talking about
any
locations
kind of private
or
information.
anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also plan
Yeah.
on,
I
not
told her it'd
because,
be great because the kids will get to see their room. They'll get to see their house. This is their house. This isn't for me.
yeah.
It almost makes it seem like it might be harder for the kids, or at
I don't
least
know.
Zane, you know?
But I was also thinking about getting a inmate job.
There are 60 seconds remaining.
I
Just
could
to
talk to
have,
you all day. Tell them they
yeah.
owe me all day.
I love you. I just wanted you to know that I do have goals to keep myself busy after I get transferred.
Okay. Well, me and you are going to talk. I'll visit you on Friday, but you call me every day. I'll figure out a way. I'll get you some more money.
Okay, well, I should have enough on here to call you at least four more times.
I can put some more on there. You had 140 bucks, right?
After putting 10 on here and commissary coming out, I should be back down to about 89, 85, something like that.
So if I put another $50 on there, you can put $50.
There
on
are
that.
15 seconds remaining.
All right, well, I love you. I'll do that.
I love you. I just want you to be strong.
I'm doing
Okay?
my best. I'm doing my best.
Because you can still have a good life, Leilani. It doesn't have to be bad. It's what you choose it to be. Okay?
Okay, I love you.
I
Goodbye.
love you too, honey. I love you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
My mama heart struggles with this. Like truly, like I get what she's saying there. I'm empathetic to it, but then I'm also like, you know who doesn't get to have a good life? You know who doesn't get to show his full potential to this world? That's so fucking heartbreaking. You're muted, Johnson, if you're talking.
Sorry. I do too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say it today. I said it yesterday. She does sound more clear-minded.
Yes.
And I can appreciate that, but you can't completely change who you are at the core. And she's obviously a selfish person
Yeah,
who
she
can
seems
take.
amazingly unbothered about what's
She
going on with
does,
the
right?
children.
Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely a different Leilani for us than what we saw on YouTube 2 years ago. Absolutely. It's a very monotone Leilani.
Calm.
Very
Calm.
calm. Yes. And so I understand what her mom was saying when she said, you know, you're a different person and when you're not on drugs. I can get that. But oh, I just still struggle with the act of what she did. I would never want to be in that position.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I
I
don't envy it at all. Hey,
no.
Nunya. Thank you, baby.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Yes.
Hey,
Good
Nanya.
morning. Hey, Brill. So I just hopped up real quick to say one of the things that I really find challenging is I see what BJ is doing of going chat to chat and spinning this narrative of, but the kids, all the kids' information is in there as
Mm-mm.
the possibility to not allow for the judgment of these conversations that people will have. I think that these judgments that people have existed, one, in private and in their minds, out of respect for not knowing what the truth was while he was missing. And that
Yes.
judgment took a step up from there during the trial when they seen one, her not present, and maybe that was too hard to sit through, so they were still understanding with her. But now you have conviction and sentencing, and now we still hear you allowing
Making
for no
excuses.
accountability. And I'm not saying every phone call shouldn't be a, what did you do? Tell the truth. What about the babies, right? No, it shouldn't be that. That's not what people want to hear. Because I can imagine that as her mother, she does want to give her some comfort, right? However, there can be no comfort until there is truth, until there is accountability, until there is responsibility taken. There will be no peace. There will be no calm. There will be no comfort you could ever give her.
But these two phone calls are, one is during and one is just after conviction. So you have seen the proof. You have seen the evidence where your daughter murdered your grandbaby.
Don't matter.
And that's not in these calls.
But did
at
she,
all.
Deets? Honestly, I mean, I don't know if
Yeah.
she actually watched
Oh,
the
well, that I
trial,
don't know if
or
she
I
paid
mean, we
attention
know
to
that
it
she
or
wasn't
not.
present, right? So maybe there's a lot of evidence she didn't even choose to look at or see. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Well, don't come out here telling me I don't know what I'm talking about then. Damn.
Okay, well, that's different, but I agree with that. But like, maybe there's a part she hasn't seen, and I'm not making excuses for her. What I'm actually
I
saying
know what you're
is,
saying. I know what you're
yeah.
saying.
So to me, while it may feel like this judgment just came out of nowhere, right? You are no different. I think the problem is that people made friends with her, and that's why they can't see her as the mother of a convicted murderer, right? That's not her crime to hold on to. If she takes responsibility, holds accountability, or holds guilt for that crime, that is her problem. Nobody else is responsible for that feeling within herself. And she will not be absolved of that feeling. So going from chat to chat to chat to chat to chat to try and change and alter and make yourself a victim because of your own feelings, it actually makes it worse for you. It makes
I
it look
agree.
like you're trying to deflect from the truth. And the truth is that your daughter was convicted of murder. The truth is, while you continue to try and put this on Danny, you're actually harming your daughter. She cannot take accountability because you're enabling her to not have to tell the truth. Anywho, my
I
last
agree.
point.
It's a new level of true crime when, we've seen these interactions on YouTube, but to the best of my knowledge, this is one of the first where it has followed all the way through to conviction. And now we've seen the full evidence at the trial, and now we have the conviction. And so you have this person who's still lingering in these parasocial relationships with creators. And it, like, how do you treat that person? Like, whoa, wait a second, your daughter was just convicted of murder. They showed the proof of it. I can't defend you in the manner in which I used to defend you. I can still be
Yeah,
empathetic
that's
towards
when
you
it
and your
changed for
plight,
me.
but
Hey, Allie.
no, your kid's a murderer, and I'm gonna have thoughts and opinions on that. She murdered a child, and
Yeah.
I do think that now we're watching these weird parasocial relationships play out. And I'm sorry, my
Yeah.
opinions on Leilani, they're not gonna change. Not after seeing what we saw in that trial.
And my
Mm-mm.
opinions on Leilani are not the same opinions. They don't belong to, and they are not owned by, nor are they directed at BJ.
Billy
Billy
Joe.
Joe,
Yeah.
exactly. And I
Like,
can.
they
That's
are
why I
my
said in the
opinions of
chat.
her own choices and her own actions. While I believe BJ has some responsibility in the situation, she is not responsible for the death of her grandson.
That's
She
No,
did
right.
not harm him that night. She did not dump him in a garbage can to go to a landfill. She did not
no.
do any of those things. For that, I hold Leilani 100% responsible.
Right,
Yeah.
and I said that earlier in the chat. Like, my opinions towards Leilani are towards Leilani and her solely. And but if you're going to take ownership of those opinions that I'm giving Leilani, that's on you. That's not on me, because I'm not directing them at you. I'm not attacking you. I'm not belittling you. I have very strong opinions towards the mother who chose to murder her baby,
Yeah.
and you're not going to take those away from me.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to talk about is, so I have a family member, like a second cousin removed or whatever. And if those, let's say those calls ever got FOIA'd, right? And they're public, so they get put out. That the context of that conversation, right? We do talk about the programs that they can take and the degrees or the jobs or the day to day, what's it like in there, kind of a thing, right? And that's just to give some normalcy so that person can be connected to the outside world and not lose themselves inside of a place that is or and can institutionalize a person, right? So that's what that part of the conversation was. However, part of the conversation is constantly, I do not allow them to not be accountable, to blame other people. When we talk about an appeal or we talk about a parole hearing or you talk about any of those kinds of things, it is you do need to let them know that you are remorseful, and you do need to let them know that you have made a mistake, or that you made a bad choice, and that you wouldn't do that again. You need to prepare for coming out into the real world and have an actual
Mm-hmm.
plan for what you can do with your life moving forward. Those are parts of the conversation. They don't get to play victim. They don't get to play like woe is me if let's say they go up for parole and they don't they don't get approved. Yeah, it sucks that you didn't get approved, but hey, this is something you have to deal with because you made this choice. So let's move on. What's next?
Right.
That's what that to me is, that's what I'm actually looking to hear. The fact that they speak on every excuse, every idea, every speculation. They talk about everything, every future plan, future plans for the kids, future plans for Leilani, future plans for BJ. Like, they talk about everything else, but they never talk about Quentin. That's where, like, my heart
They
hurts for
did
him.
once. They did once, and it was heartbreaking to hear. But you're right. It's still just one time out of the whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah, like,
it's shocking.
for me, and I'm not saying, again, I'm sure it is a very painful place to go, but that's the reason why, like, you have to come to the realization that your daughter is convicted, and you can be her mother and love her and want the best for her moving forward and want her to get help, but until BJ herself, Billy Joe herself, actually takes the time to heal her own guilt, her own responsibility in the situation, and to not allow herself to be an enabler to Leilani, she will never know the truth. There will never be full on reconciliation and accountability in their family, and the cycle will continue on and on and on. You can break the cycle. You have to make that choice, though.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm going
Link
back
in
to the chat.
bio.
Link
So,
in bio.
Allie said that she said yesterday that she saw everything in the trial, but they didn't show everything. They didn't show every interview, according to her. Well, again, that goes back to the rules of completion and that the defense has everything. They received everything in the discovery. So, if there was something in there that the defense could have used to help exonerate Leilani, they would have used it, for one. And two, when the discovery comes out, when it's allowed to be gotten, I'm sure there will be tons of YouTubers who get it or podcasters who get it, and those full interviews will be put out. And if that's what it's going to take to get you to realize that there was nothing to exonerate her because she did the act, then maybe that's what it's going to take. I don't know, but it's all there and it's all available.
Yep. Oh, damn, none you jumped down that quick.
Oh, I think so.
I heard her say she was going back to chat, but geez. Well, bye, bitch.
She
Okay.
she didn't want to have a Midwestern goodbye. She was like, see ya.
No, she was done. So this call is Leilani with a male caller. Now we don't know if this is the pedophile male caller.
I don't think it's the Chomo, because when they talked about that in court, they talked about it being messages with a Chomo in another facility. And this person, from what I understand from what people told us, I haven't heard it yet, he is not in a facility. He's out and free, the person that she's talking to here. So I don't think it's the one that they talked about in prison or in trial.
In trial. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Can you hear me?
I can. I'm sorry. I don't know why it did that.
What happened? You know what I think that was? I think that was because I had another call on the other line and I swapped over.
Maybe. That's a possibility.
Because I'm at work. I was mad busy. Well, I was going to ask you, so you get sentenced the 21st?
Yeah, the 21st, and they are predicting that I'll be transferred within a week after that.
Oh, you don't go right away?
No, not exactly from the courthouse. I mean, if I do, it's because I'm high profile, and they're like, oh, we got a place for her. But probably I wouldn't be surprised if it happened as soon as I got back to the jail or within a few days.
I know, right? You probably just want to get the fuck out of there, right?
I do. I'm tired of being so.
Oh, that's what I was asking you. I asked you, so they made you go? It's like administrative?
Yeah, I have no choice. I've been on PC since the first day I stepped here.
So, like, you never run into any of the other prisoners ever? Like, they don't come up there? Do they yell shit at you and all that, like, crazy shit?
No, I mean, there's been one or two inmates who's been back here for, like, detox or watch that are.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. Actually, everybody's like, I don't believe that. I don't, they've been very friendly, I guess.
You know what's going to happen? So when you go to prison, you're going to be good. Like, you're going to be able to walk. They probably got a big yard. I know they do in Massachusetts. Even the girls have them. And then, like, do they have dog programs and shit there?
Yeah, and I heard about that. They call it, like, Hope Operation or something like
Yeah.
that.
I forgot to cut the closed caption.
There'll be so much
Sorry,
shit you
guys.
can do. Like, I told you in the text.
Is that
Did
what
he
he
say
said?
dog? I think he did, like a program with a dog.
Yeah, where they get to look after dogs and start the training for dogs that will become assistance dogs. So they're just sort of socializing them. There's quite a few
Oh.
prisons have it.
Okay. So never. Thanks, Pearl.
Friendly, I guess.
You know what's going to happen? So when you go to prison, you're going to be good. Like, you're going to be able to walk. They probably got a big yard. I know they do in Massachusetts. Even the girls have them. And then, like, do they have dog programs and shit there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard about that. They call it, like, Hope Operation or something like that.
Yeah. There'll be so much shit you can do. Like, I told you in the text or the email, whatever, I was like, you're going to feel like you got out. Because when I went to state prison from the county my first time, it was like, wow. You feel, but then it closes in on you eventually.
You're not gonna feel like you got out.
You just got to get.
Yeah, he said then it closes in on you eventually.
This is, by the way, this is so weird hearing this dynamic, a male to a female in prison, where we've been listening to all these women call a male in prison. Now I'm like shifting gears a little bit. Like, what kind of dude reaches out to a chick in prison who? Okay,
I mean, they're out there apparently.
Apparently.
Like you said, you got to get into shit. Like, stop programs. Like, do whatever you can to keep busy while they're working on your appeal.
Yeah, see, I tried to do stuff here to stay busy, so I ended up reading a whole bunch of books because being in PC, I couldn't take all of these little programs they have.
Yeah, right.
So I was really proud of myself when I was back here by myself and I managed to get my GED without going to class. I was like, oh, if I can do that without going to class.
You got your GED there?
Yeah, I got it here.
Holy shit, that's crazy. Really?
Yeah, I got it here. Right here in the same cell that I'm in now. I wasn't able to go to class, so they just brought me material and said, study that. And then I took the test, and I think it was June of 2022.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, I got my GED. I was very proud of that. I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, that's impressive, man. That is really.
And then they took pictures of me. They had me dressed out in a gown and cap and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they did. And then I didn't think about it, and I should have told them not to post it on the website, but they sure enough posted it on the website, and the media got a hold of it, and then, yeah.
So what? Like, that's good. What can they say about that? What bad can they say about a girl getting her GED? Like,
exactly. I mean, it is good, but at the same time, I just did not want to.
Say? They could say, Quentin will never have a chance to get his GED or a diploma or anything like that. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of bad they could say about it, but this is a very different Leilani. You guys noticed it? Like, she's all
that's
like,
what I was
upbeat,
saying.
hyper and excited. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Be in the news.
Yeah, it's too late for that, girl.
I didn't want to be in the news. Too late for that, girl.
What the heck?
You're in the news.
No self-awareness.
For murdering your child and throwing him in the dumpster.
It's not funny. That's not
funny. Fuck out of here.
I was actually, when I went home last night, I was laying down and I usually watch like YouTube and shit, and I'm like, let me Google me some Leilani. And I was watching like different clips and shit. But a lot of those interviews, you with the police can't even understand the shit.
What did he say? I missed it. I was reading.
He
chat.
said I went home last night and I was laying down, I was laying down and I was on YouTube like I usually am, and I said, let me Google some Leilani. So he went to YouTube and looked her up, and they're just like, like, what the fuck are we listening to?
Yeah. So then he gets shown all these news clips about what she did, and he's just like,
oh yeah, this is definitely a chick I'm into. Definitely a chick.
Yeah.
She
Give me
did
some
a bunch
more,
of drugs
mama.
and murdered her baby. Let me hit that up.
Let me get some Leilani.
But
it is freaky how she blossoms under the most basic male attention.
yes, it is. And
It
he said
seems
that
like that was her whole thing before
MO.
too, but now she's sober and still doing it.
So he was, I think there's absolutely some daddy issues there, but he said that during the interviews and interrogations you couldn't really hear her, which I have enhanced them. I need to upload that. I downloaded them and enhanced it because you couldn't really hear her, so I do need to upload those. But she is. I'm just curious. Are they going to try to play that off as like fill in the blank with whatever you want since you can't hear her? I'm curious how their minds work on justifying actions, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Hold on. Look, I'm gonna go back just a smidge.
I'm like, let me Google me some Leilani. And I was watching like different clips and shit. But a lot of those interviews, you with the police can't even understand the shit. Like, you literally can't even understand it. Like,
Yeah,
I can't make out. Some of the words I can make out, but mostly you can't. What were you gonna say?
Well, I said, yeah, because, like, when I was in there, and I mean, like I said, I was sitting there firsthand, and I was doing in the videos, but some of the times when I leaned over to my attorneys, I said, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
I didn't understand what I was saying. I was so emotional that my words were just, like, blending together.
I'll tell you what you were saying. You were asking him, you said yourself, you were asking the other Colonel Sanders attorney about his bow ties. And then you also told them that one of the witnesses was a fucking liar.
And hey, Leilani, I can tell you what you weren't saying in an interview, but do you remember the time that you went and unplugged the computer that had your photos pulled up on it, looked around for the camera in the jail, and then unplugged the computer to restart it? Do you remember that, Leilani?
Do you remember telling them, I'm so sorry for what I did? I unalived my child? No? Yeah, that's right, because it didn't happen.
Yeah, you were a fucking wreck. You should have been. You know? Anybody would have been.
Yeah. Did you hear all those comments about she did not react? I was like, I didn't react the way. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what people were on. People were on that you just like you just had like a deadpan face. Like you didn't, when they gave the guilty verdict, you were like, you didn't even flinch. I was like, wow, that's nuts. But that doesn't mean.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, listen, he's like,
wow, that's nuts.
She didn't flinch. He's like, people were on the fact that you didn't even flinch when you got the guilty verdict. Wow, that's nuts. But she didn't, dude. Hey, man, you're on YouTube. Like, we need to know who you. Like, I want some more info from you. I want to know what your thoughts and feelings
How about you Google Leilani again? Look her up on YouTube. We'll see if we hit the algorithm. You come visit us because we got questions.
Lots of questions.
Gave the guilty verdict, you were like,
I don't even care about her not flinching during the guilty verdict. The only time I passed any judgment about her reactions was when that baby's veins were shown.
Yeah, that
there
and
was
when
nothing.
She cussed out the babysitter.
Yeah, and then the babysitter, that's right.
But I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
Like, you didn't even flinch. I was like, wow, that's nuts. But that doesn't mean that you don't care. To me, it doesn't.
No.
But people hump that shit.
I know what it was.
Well, you're a criminal, so there's that. Go ahead.
She didn't flinch because she knew the guilty verdict was coming. She knew that
Yeah.
that's what she was going to get. That's why
Yeah.
she didn't flinch. She knew she
Yeah.
was going to be found guilty of that shit. Okay.
Because for 2 years I prepared myself for this possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I
You
did
mean
hold myself
probability? She
together
said
for
the
the
wrong
most part,
P
but
word.
towards
She said
What?
the wrong P word. She said she prepared herself for the possibility. What she meant to say was for the probability, because she knew
Yeah.
she did it.
Yeah.
for 2 years I prepared myself for this possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I did hold myself together for the most part, but towards the end of all of that, like the end of the verdicts being read out and everything, I did break down.
Yeah, you did. I saw you. They had the camera right on your face.
I know, it was right in front of me, but I was trying to hold it together. My attorneys and everybody was just like, don't react. So I did my best not to react. But I slipped up. I slipped up every now and then throughout that trial, and it was just had to wipe away tears or look away or something like that. It was like, I don't know.
Of course, but that's stuff on the. Well, your judge seems cool too. She seems like a cool, like she's fair, like no.
Yeah, no, she is. She's fairly new. She's been, I think, appointed a superior judge for. Maybe she was appointed like a few months before I got arrested.
Oh, so this is
I'm her biggest case.
Yeah, this is a big case for her.
Yeah.
That's nothing to
So the
brag about,
21st
Leilani.
Right. I was
Nothing
just
to
thinking the
fucking
same thing. I was
brag
going to let it
about.
go, Deets.
Oh no, I let too much go in that whole little diatribe there. But
She's just so
girl,
impressed with herself in every way.
She is.
like you
I held
Googled
it
me.
together. You Googled
Yeah,
me. I didn't flinch.
I'm so cute. You're gonna find me out there on Google and YouTube. So adorable. Yeah, that judge was super fair. Although you just got done telling your mama that she wasn't and she was biased, or agreeing when mama said she was biased, but whatever. And then
She
you're
was
like,
too easy on
I'm her
Leilani, in my
biggest
opinion.
case. I'm her biggest case. Oh my gosh. You had a great judge, woman.
First, when is that? That's next week, dude.
Yeah, it's next week on Thursday.
Yeah, it is a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, I got 9 family members that are gonna be there to do character witnesses.
Well, that's good.
Well, they're not all
That's
family.
good.
Some are friends. So actually,
You're not going to be.
Some are people I haven't talked to in years. Some of these people are just coming out the woodworks with like, I'll speak for her.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Oh,
and it's
that's
unfortunate, but you really can't even
good.
say anything.
What? I was
She
typing
just
to
said,
Allie.
okay,
Do one
yeah,
thing at a time.
I know. She just said that her character witnesses are coming up next week at her sentencing. So that's when she got all those character witnesses to come and stand up for her. And she said that, I think he said a lot of family or something. She's like, yeah, that's mainly family. She goes, well, some are friends. And then she goes, some are people that I haven't spoke to in a long time. And people are just coming out the woodwork saying, oh, I'll speak up for you. They don't know your character then, Leilani, if you haven't talked to them in forever. So you're telling us that your character witnesses are people who don't know you? That's not a really smart thing to be putting out there publicly.
No. And Reese, no, this is not her brother. This is some unknown male. We don't know who it is.
Oh, and the Chomo was in Illinois, and this dude definitely has a Boston accent. So I don't think it's the same guy at all.
Okay. All right.
Coming out the woodworks was like, I'll speak for her.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And it's unfortunate, but you really can't even say anything because you just like
there's no point
you're maintaining your innocence. So, huh?
Yeah, there's no point in me speaking up. It's like
no, you can't. You can't. You really can't. You're in a catch-22.
Yeah, they said that I'll have the opportunity to testify at trial if I want. I mean, the sentencing if I want to.
Sentencing, yeah.
And I was just like, what's the point in it?
Right.
There's the same thing that's the same thought process I had during trial. If I got up there and I spoke, these people would have just looked at me like I had 3 heads. There's no point in it.
Right. No, I know. I've been there before. I told you I went to trial before. Nothing like this, but it was just it was a much smaller case. But I've been there.
You mean you're not a murderer too? Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
And
No,
I wasn't
I get
doing
it.
the DA's job for him. I just wasn't doing it.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, go back, Jay. Go back.
Girl, stop.
Is she saying she's not going to get up and speak because she's not going to do the DA's job for him?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to hear that again.
Okay, hold on. Yeah.
I had 3 heads. There's no point in it.
Oh,
I got
no.
when
Yeah.
I spoke. These people would have just looked at me like I had 3 heads. There's no point in it.
Right. No, I know. I've been there before. I told you I went to trial before. Nothing like this, but it was just it was a much smaller case. But I've been there. I've been there.
And I
No,
wasn't
I get
doing
it.
the DA's job for him. I just wasn't doing it.
I promise you, baby, that DA didn't need any of your assistance.
The DA.
Oh, Clark Kent, motherfucker.
Yes. His investigators and Hadley's investigators, they did a damn fine job, Leilani. They
Sure
didn't need
did.
you. Didn't need you at all.
Yeah. Well, so anyways,
Yeah.
what do you need while you're there the next week? Nothing?
No, I got what I need for my last week here. That's why I tell everyone if they want to, even my mom, I told her not to send me nothing. So like when I get up the road though, oh yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need help getting started off. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna need clothes like sweatsuits and shit like that, and like sneakers. So it's gonna be a whole different world for you. You're gonna be like, wow.
See, one of the officers here, she recently became a sergeant, and I've known her since I got here. And she used to work at the Pulaski unit.
Pulaski.
Oh, really?
Pulaski.
Yeah, so I was like,
okay,
well,
I knew
you
it
need the
started with a
rundown because
P.
this is new. The only thing I've ever been involved in when it comes to prison was when
Let me
I was
type
approved
that.
to visit my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
She gave me the rundown or whatever, and she's like, well, you won't have to wear that all the time. So you get sweats, and I was like, do I have to get tube socks? I really hate tube socks.
Cut them. You can cut. They'll make
She
you
said,
nice.
she said, no, I can have ankle socks and stuff like that. I said, well, I know I'm be
Stevie said she's gonna need some long johns.
Right, Stevie? Oh, somebody hit her up at the kiosk.
all my money when I get there.
Well, you'll see when you get there. And
Wait a second, Joe.
you don't know what the.
You didn't put us on the bus.
No,
Bitch.
I didn't.
We're going to have to take the bus back at the end of this. 'cause
Yeah,
you know
that's what I
my
was thinking.
favorite
We can
part.
take the bus back home and then
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
my favorite part.
because there's
We're
no
out here just wandering
there's no more
on
calls of
our
her
own.
released right now. So
We're just wandering on our own in the jail streets. We're not contained in the safety of our bus.
I know.
Scary out
I
here.
forgot, y'all. I'm sorry. But we'll pretend that we came on the bus and then we'll actually ride it back home.
Okay.
In the same direction. But whatevs.
Yay.
You don't know what they use to communicate. You don't know if it's global Tellink or Securus or whatever.
No,
You have no idea.
I have no idea. I know that what they use.
Wait,
here.
the Polanski unit.
It's the Pulaski unit. It's the one that's
Hold on a second.
around Macon.
I mean, don't hold on, but I'm Googling something. Hold on.
Oh, around Macon. You're right down the road from me, girl.
I know where Macon is.
Oh, Bibb County, huh?
Interesting.
Hold on, I'm typing. I'm putting that in here. Macon. So I remember.
I got you.
Georgia. Let's see here.
Oh, he's Googling.
Polanski State Prison.
Mm-hmm.
Adult females. Oh, that's new. They just built it in '94. That's crazy. I mean, that's old to you, but.
Oh, that's not that old. It's only 5 years older than me.
What year were you born?
99.
Holy shit, girl.
How old are you, bro?
Jesus.
How old are you?
You know what? It always
That's questions.
it always astounds me that she was born in 99. My son was born in 2000. She seems a lot
My
older
daughter
than
was born
she
in
is.
'99, and
And
she seems so young.
she does she? You think Leilani seems young? I feel like she feels old because I'm just comparing her life experiences to Marshall's, and it feels
Oh,
like she's
she's
been through
she's
10
lived a
times
life. I mean,
more. Yeah.
emotionally, she's
Yes, very
childish. I
stunted.
expressed that incorrectly, but yeah. Oh God, no!
Yes.
In sort of mileage, yikes! She's done a lot of
Yes.
miles for her age.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm not judging her for like how many kids she's had. I was a teen mom myself. Like there's no judgment whatsoever there. But then I guess I just look at her as like, wow, she's a mom. She had 3 kids, and like you said, all the mileage. She does feel older than what she is when I think about like my own child.
I know
But
a
then
lot
Marshall
of
that
very
also,
being a
responsible
hoe.
young mothers. I don't think that age is always the predictor, but
no,
it's not that she had all the children so young, it's that she had them so irresponsibly and still wanted to
Mhm.
live an irresponsible lifestyle. She could have done one
yeah,
or the other. We
Yeah,
live in a world now where you don't have to have that many accidents before you realize what's going on.
yeah.
that's true. That's so true. I listen. Both my babies were birth control babies, and when we got pregnant with the second one on birth control, I'm like, we're making this more permanent because it's not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
So there's definitely things that you learn. I think it's just I don't know. It's just I also has a deeper connection then because while Marshall hasn't given me any grandbabies, I do have one now, and I just can't imagine that pain of and that's why I am empathetic to Billy Joe, and maybe she doesn't feel like I am, but I am because I don't know what I would do in her situation. I don't know how I would think or feel. But I from an outside observer, I don't think I would be very kind to my daughter for quite some time. Quite some time. I just couldn't imagine it. But man, I just hearing that she was born in '99 just blew my mind, y'all. Blew my mind. I knew it too, though. I knew it, but mm.
Look, Mystery said, PSA, the bus will be heading home after the tour. Please be sure to pet the like as you walk around. Thank you,
Rim,
Mystery.
Remy's gonna gather up everybody who hitchhiked here.
Okay, okay.
She's
Yeah,
gonna
because
go
I
find
left them.
everyone.
I left them. I left
Yeah.
them all. All the
Mhm.
hippies hitchhiking on the way to the
I
jail,
know.
on the way to the prison community. I'm sorry. I forgot. It's because I was riled up.
So Tracy
Darling,
said in
I'm
the
going to have to
chat.
love you and leave you because time's ticking on over here, and I've got food responsibilities to take care of. So
Okay. Well,
I'll
thanks
catch
for
you later.
coming and
But I've
hanging.
really enjoyed speaking with you, and yeah, if
I'll catch you in the
Billy
Discord
Joe is
later.
floating around the chat, I would just say, um, Jonesy was very kind to you yesterday, but nobody really owes you
Mm,
that level of concern for your feelings. It's not that people don't give a damn. It's just that people aren't willing to sit in denial with you. And I hope that your family finds some way of moving on in a positive direction. I really do. Uh,
mm.
you've had so many disasters, and some of that people have to take responsibility for. But I hope to goodness for the next generation of little ones that something positive comes out of all this. I'm going to love you and leave you anyway. I'll catch you another time, but I'm going to carry on listening. But I've got to go and do something.
Thank you,
Okay. I'll catch you in the
girl.
Discord.
I love her.
I do too.
Love her
Talking to
hard.
her first thing this morning, her and Soup, all the girls. I love going in first thing in the morning and catching up with everybody.
Aw.
All right, let's keep.
Wait, real quick.
Oh,
Tracy said that. Oh, you pulled it
oh
up.
yeah,
She did
that's right. I
not go
got
to
it highlighted.
Pulaski. Okay.
So where'd she
So
go
where'd she
then?
go? That's what I was wondering. Hey, Val. Vicious Val is here, everybody. Be careful.
Hey
We're in the prison
Val,
community, and Vicious Val's here.
we love some Val. She's so cute. All right,
She
let's
is.
play this. Tracy, if you know where she went, I mean, I'm sure we could track it down, but
I barely made it to being the last of the 90s babies. All the books
Guess
except for
so.
the one. Yes, ma'am. Hold on a second. The one you see at the bottom on the floor where the top is open. That's the only one I'm reading. The only
There
one
are
that I'm reading.
60 seconds remaining.
I got a
Contact.
minute left on the phone, and then I'll be able to get the book cart.
All right. I was just looking this shit up now, but when are you gonna call me back? Like a couple days, tomorrow? What's up? Oh, it's Securus. It is Securus.
Ooh, there you go. That's glad to know that. I can tell Mom to get that stuff downloaded too. I can call back whenever. So I mean, if you want me to call back tomorrow, I'll call back tomorrow.
You can call back whenever your little heart desires.
I can tell you Northern, but we got two very different accents.
Yeah, I know. Can you call back now?
After I pick the book cart,
There are
book cart, I can call
15
back.
seconds remaining.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, I'll
Go
call
ahead.
back in. All right.
All right.
Damn thirsty.
Before you play this, did you see Tracy's comments? She said that she is housed in Arendelle with Chloe Driver. What are the chances?
Arendelle.
Oh my goodness. I wonder if they're going to bond in prison.
2 baby murderers. Good for them.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Arendelle. Can you FOIA a prison?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, because they've done it with all the
Hello.
Letitia stuff. Yeah, you can FOIA a prison.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Tracy.
Hello.
Did you get your books?
I did. Yeah, just four books. I'll probably be done with by what's today? I'll probably be done with them by Sunday or Monday.
Shit, I did.
I did. I read all
did. You
What kind of work
definitely
do you
have that accent, though.
do? I really?
Hold on, you're gonna switch over to my speakers in my truck.
Okay.
Hold on. If it hangs up, call me.
All right.
Hello?
And I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Where are you from? Like, where are you? Are you from anywhere near Atlanta?
Savannah is about 2.5 hours. Yes.
Huh?
Didn't he
Yeah,
Google her?
Well,
He didn't do
I
a good
think he just
job.
meant, I think he was just trying to.
A conversation starter.
Well, I think he just when he said Google her, I think he meant he just YouTubed her. So he knows she's in Georgia. I don't think he paid attention to where in Georgia. And right, Maggie, they can co-sign each other's lies.
Yeah. Although
So
I will
true.
give Chloe, I mean, obviously there was no way of her getting out of denying it. She, owned up to what she did. I don't know. Chloe Driver's case, I have different opinions on than her sentencing. I want to dig more into that one. I haven't dug super deep, but I watched a bunch of footage of that guy on YouTube separate from the trial stuff, and he is very manipulative, very controlling. It did feel very much like a cult that she was a part of. It doesn't excuse what she did at all, but
Oh no, I 100% believe it was a cult. And
weird situation.
yeah, it was very strange. I think I might do her phone calls starting tomorrow.
Oh, good.
All right, let's go.
Savannah's like 2.5, 3 hours from Atlanta.
Oh,
It's
okay.
3 hours because
So you never experienced.
I'm 2.5 hours from Savannah, and I'm 30 minutes south of Atlanta, so it's 3 hours.
The cold weather then, or the snow, or none of that.
See, I've only experienced snow, like actual snow, like one time, and that was like, I don't know, 2018 or 2019 when it snowed here.
Look, Val said, Lord, if some dude I didn't know called me in the pokey and said, hey girl, seen you on YouTube, bye. She loves
Now,
the
Val, why
attention,
would you
Val.
be in the pokey? Why would you be in the pokey, Val? I just want to know what her crime would be.
Driver has an out date. What do you mean?
Oh, so they're transferring Driver to another facility.
Oh no. I was hoping to hear some more calls pertaining to her. Okay. All right, let's go.
Georgia for like a week.
Oh.
Yeah, we
How
had.
long have you? Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
Roro, River Street.
It was
River Street is life.
like it was like I don't know. I think we got like a foot of snow, not even a foot of
Yeah.
snow. That was it.
Yes, I remember that. That was wild, right?
It was. I was like, I've lived here my whole life, and I've never seen. I mean,
So-
I've seen frost, but I've never seen
So
snow.
that's like in November, me seeing a 70-degree day. That's the same difference.
Yeah, it's like a phenomenon, I guess you could say. It's unusual.
God.
Yeah, like I'm freezing right now, and it's probably how hot is it there right now?
I think my mom said.
But you don't.
No, but when I speak to mom, she kind of tells me about what's going on and how's the day.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. She said that it was like in the high 70s, so it feels good outside.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not sweltering.
Mm-mm.
So you haven't seen you haven't been outside, like only the court, huh?
No, the only time I've been outside is when I get transported to the courthouse.
That's
You
what
don't
he just said.
they don't give you outdoor rec in Georgia?
They do have it, but with people in medical don't get it, and that's where they house me at because I guess they just don't have anywhere for a high profile PC, so they put me here. I don't get rec. Actually, so I wrote the sheriff at the beginning of. When did I write the sheriff? It was January last year? The beginning of this year? Yeah. I wrote at the beginning of this
Who's
year,
she
and I managed to
asking?
get
That's what I was at.
people in.
Are you asking a guard, like,
What
or a
the heck?
friend? I don't know. That was
When did I
strange.
write the sheriff? Yeah.
Why was you going around flaunting that you wrote the sheriff? I wrote the sheriff. Da, 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 da.
Probably. One thing I've noticed with her, Wade, Letitia, others that I've listened to, that Lamont, like they're very braggadocious about their status in prison, what they've done, who they connect with. It's weird.
It's strange.
Medical who are in PC. Right.
Yeah.
But the right time here, where they take us at to have it once a week.
What is it?
I wrote him to see if we could get rec time and like TV time.
Oh, rec time, yeah.
Yeah, and TV time.
Yeah, you need to get your rec. Yeah, right?
Yeah, but what he gave us, he compromised. He said, well, I can give it to you once a week for like 2 hours. I was like, okay. Well,
Yeah, that's cool.
That's better than nothing. But let me tell you, the rec area they take us to is literally.
No, it means the release
like a
date for
get
drivers
out
20
date.
years. Yeah, Leilani says simply life. Wow. Sucks
Val
to
got in
suck.
trouble. She said if she was in prison, it'd be for skinny dipping.
Val? Oh my God. I think if I went to prison, it would be for stealing road signs. I love road signs. But not regular road signs. I like the ones that the inmates put up for when they're doing like work on the roads.
Yeah. Did you
How
do
they'll leave them.
that stupid corny joke? My husband and Marshall would always used to say it, like every time you'd see a sign that says road work ahead, they'd be like, I sure hope it does.
Yes.
So dumb.
Yes. Oh my God. I love those little neon signs. Prisoner work detail.
Prisoner work detail.
I've got like 3 of them.
Shut up. Don't incriminate yourself on the live.
I know. Oh God. Suck it.
Really a concrete box.
Ah, really?
Yeah, concrete ceiling, concrete walls. The windows are
man.
The windows are so high up I couldn't reach it if I.
That was his fucking compromise.
Yeah, so it's not even being outside. It's just an area with a hoop and a ball.
Oh yeah. Damn, man. You're almost there though. You're almost there. I wish you went home, but I mean, you're going to a better place.
Yeah, I tell people that when they come here. They're like, I can't believe I'm here. I don't want to go up the road. I'm like, let me tell you something. I said, whether you go up the road or you go home, you're doing better than you're doing here.
Your friend that's there with you, she's gonna be sad when you leave, bro.
He
Oh,
is
she's
gonna be
got a
sad when I leave. She's
friend.
already
That's who
like,
she
I'm
was
gonna
talking
Yeah.
miss
to.
you.
Oh.
She's like,
Of course she is.
because it's been.
Hold on one second. I got to order.
Okay,
I'm at the donut place. Hold on.
you're good.
He's getting a fucking donut.
Can I have an extra large hot with caramel and cream?
Extra large cream, anything else?
Can I get a Boston
masala
cream
don't
and
count.
maybe 2 eclairs?
I'd like a cannoli.
Yeah,
A cannoli.
that's all.
Can I- How dare I
thank
mean, come on. This is
On the
really
phone with
freaking
her while
rude.
she can't get none of that. I love it. I fucking love it. On one side of me's like the audacity. The other side of me is, oh, do it, dude.
Do it.
All right, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
so
good.
sorry.
You're good. That sounded good, but you're good. You're better. Like my mom, she'll be on a video visit with me, and she'll be sitting there eating like fried chicken or something, and I'm like, Mom.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, Mom, seriously? She said, you want some? I'm like, you know what?
So when can you?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Billy
that's
Joe.
cold, Billy. That's cold.
That's cold as fuck.
I
You
love
know
it.
what?
Though.
What you told though? That hot fried chicken she was eating.
When the next time you can do a video? I don't have to get cleared or anything for that. I can't do that out here with my friends. They don't even let me go on video with them.
No, see here, if you get approved for the messaging and stuff like that, you're approved for the video.
What?
Mhm.
It's crazy. Really?
Yeah, just like this might blow your mind too. When I
Thank you.
When I was 18 and I got approved for visiting my brother in prison, I wasn't just approved to visit him in that prison. I could visit anybody in any prison in the state of Georgia.
So you're telling me all that information I put in? Thank you. Did you give me you gave me my card back, right? So you're telling me that all that information that I had to do just to, when I first messaged you, I had to give her my license number. I had to take a picture of I think I had to take a picture of yeah, I did. I had to show him my license, right?
Mhm.
And then I had to give him my social, I had to tell him everything, like I was trying to visit you. So you're telling me that if they cleared me to message you, so they can make people not message you, like if you have a record out there, you can't message people.
So I don't know what the requirements or the disqualifications are, but anybody who's tried to message me or anything they've all been approved. My mom, and you probably heard this on Court TV too. They said that she has a record as long as the Mississippi River. She does.
Oh. Where was I lying, Billy Joe? She talks about your stuff all the time.
They weren't lying. It is long. There's drugs. There's
But she can still get in,
right?
And she can still visit me, and she was even approved for the in-person visitation at the prisons.
That's cool.
Like I said, she has stuff. I don't know all of her charges, but I know a good bit of them. A lot of it has to do with drugs.
You know what I'm surprised about?
What's that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ut you off.
You're fine.
They're putting all these prisoners. They got this channel called Phone Calls from Prison on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They're putting all the high-profile cases.
Shout out, gang, phone calls from prison. What's up?
Love it.
So he's probably keeping an eye on this shit. He's probably
Yeah,
like,
he
damn,
knows.
that's
I bet
me.
he was in the comment section.
I'm about to go look right now.
I bet he was.
Oh, chat replay is disabled. Damn.
Cases they're putting on they're doing
here's
FOIA
comments
requests, getting all the phone calls, all the messages, and they're putting them on, like putting people on blast. But it's mostly in Florida. I don't know if Georgia would release them, but if they do, we're fucked, I guess. Well, not really. I mean, I'm not fucked, but whatever. They'll blast it.
Georgia is particular. Some laws are
okay.
So Florida, their laws are very lenient. I mean, they have shroom shops.
Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that, Leilani.
Does Georgia got the death? Oh, you know what I wanted to tell you?
What's that?
There's another girl right now on trial for murder of
Okay.
her kid, of her
Hold
son,
on.
I think.
This is where we're
Whoa.
going into Chloe Driver, but I wanted to read y'all some of these comments about phone calls from prison. He brought up phone calls from prison. Phone calls from prison is like Beetlejuice. Say their name 3 times and they'll come for you. Well, Mr. Boston, here you are. You made phone calls from prison's channel. Are you proud? Holy smokes, he's 49 and she's 30. Oh, he's 49?
But she's not 30.
No, she's not 30.
She's like 25, 26, depending on when. Well, she just turned, her birthday's in November of 99, so she just turned 25. Right?
Somebody corrected him right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was seeing if he's under this thread. Please don't give her a dog to care for, right?
Oh.
Okay. Well, yeah. Shout
I'll
out
have to
phone
keep an
calls
eye
from
on it.
prison.
You know he
Yeah.
watched it, though. You know.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
She heard murder of her. There's another girl right now on trial for murder of her kid, of her son, I think.
Her
Her name is
daughter.
Chloe. Chloe, hold on, I'll look it up. C-H. Oh, shit.
I wonder if Mr. Boston
Oh.
emailed Chloe or called Chloe.
I know. Or does he know about Chloe just because of phone calls from prison? Maybe he's like a part of the channel.
Yeah. But I'm still
'Cause
wondering if
most-
he tried to reach out to her.
Probably. Ain't no damn telling. I guess we'll find out, won't we?
I know Florida's very particular with their laws. They're very lenient. Georgia is a little bit more stern.
Her name is Chloe Driver, and she's a cult. They're saying she was with a cult.
Chloe Driver. Driver.
Chloe Driver.
Chloe Driver, and she's in a cult.
I
Working
love
on
his
accents over here.
just trying.
And yeah, they're saying she killed her baby. She's literally on trial like you were right now. Like if I pressed on.
Is it in Georgia?
Yeah, it's Georgia, but I don't know what fucking county it is. Hold on. I don't want to press on anything.
Look, they're even redacting the cuss words. And you think they're finna let these babies' date of births and locations be mentioned? Get the fuck out of here.
You're fine. If it was in Chatham County, I would have met the girl. She would have been back here with us.
It's not Chatham County. It's like some. Hold on, I'm gonna press on.
Cherokee County.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Still there?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Chloe Driver.
Alicia.
Chloe Driver knew what she was doing and planned to kill her 13-month-old baby because she wanted more attention from her co-leader boyfriend. The defense says that she was insane at the time, but they're not saying they're not saying where it is. I know it's Georgia.
That is crazy.
It's definitely not.
Shut the.
Stop the cat right now.
Girl, I'm gonna need you to back it up. What did she just say that another baby murderer was crazy?
I can't. You cannot make this shit up.
Hey, Pot, you're black. Like, Pot me
Hey,
kettle,
Pot,
whatever
you're
you want to say. Like, come on.
Oh, shit.
No, if it was, she would have been back here with me, like, right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. People are insane.
Oh,
you don't say, bitch. You don't say.
The audacity.
Yes, people are definitely insane.
I
my
agree.
Gosh.
You shouldn't be the one saying that, but I agree.
Exactly your age.
My
young. She's probably your age. Yeah, she looks about your age. Yeah.
Oh my
but
God, hold on.
so you might run into her.
Yeah, if she gets sentenced, which she probably will.
Yeah, she's gonna come to that jail with you, where you're going, that prison.
Yeah, it's like the Polanski unit is what they call the female intake unit. Every female in Georgia.
Oh, so you're not gonna stay
Look.
there?
No, I'll probably. Okay, so
You
I
did,
can
Truth.
stay there. It depends. It depends on the administration there, but they say most people do stay there as long as they're doing well. And if they're not doing well, they get transferred to the Atlanta state prison.
Oh, so you'd have to like get in trouble and shit to get shipped out of there?
Either you have to not be doing well or struggling, or request to be moved. And normally,
Okay.
if you request it, they normally do it. At least that's what I was told by the counselor.
So you're gonna try to stay there?
I am. It's closer to my family. I'm gonna try to stay there.
So tell your mom to start looking at the Securus app. It's Securus. Can you see the messages?
I can see what you have messaged me. I can't see what I responded.
So
And by the way, that last message last night had me rolling.
what did I say?
You know what you said.
Oh, my age?
No, the last part had me rolling.
Oh, I said lock into that?
Nah, yeah, you were like, I could fuck you like any guy your age. I was like, oh my God, I started rolling.
What?
I didn't.
He said that his message to her was that he could fuck like any guy her age.
Hold on. Let's see.
No, the last part had me rolling.
Oh, I said lock into that?
Nah, yeah, you were like, I could fuck you like any guy your age. I was like, oh my God, I started rolling.
I could F you like any guy your age. Blech.
Saying, he's an old man, but he can do it like a 25-year-old. I doubt it, sir.
He's got a Wade laugh. He's
Yeah, Wade laugh. Just a little more high pitch.
I got you with that one, huh?
Yeah, I was so caught off guard. I had to read it twice. I said, wait a minute.
No, for real. I'm 49 years old, but I don't. Sometimes my body feels like it, but when I tell people that, like when the only people are like, no, you're not. I mean, I feel it mentally, but I don't feel it in my body.
My brother has been in prison since, I think it was 2010 when he got arrested. It was 2012 when he got sentenced. And he was charged.
Good to know, Truth.
Murder.
Jesus.
Oh.
He was 16.
Yeah, bro, the same thing she's charged with.
Where's Arendelle? Is that the one up by Atlanta?
Let me look.
I'm just curious. Yeah, Sunnyside, she is loving this attention. Absolutely loving it.
It is.
Pixie said guys who talk like that can't do poop, including the helicopter. You're right.
Yeah,
Pixie.
it's in Alto, Georgia. So let me look. How far?
Alto. I bet you want his Boston beans on you, Maggie said. I can't with you guys.
Oh, it's not showing me. Let me look on a map.
When I tell people that, they laugh. Then I go find my lucky spoon and laugh. Oh, basement Jesus, you're too much.
Let me see.
Sarah Boone has a brother in prison for murder too? That's crazy.
Let's see. Okay, it's in Gainesville, Alto, same thing. So, it's above Athens. It's like in North Georgia, northeast.
Yeah, that's up by the.
Isn't that east to the right?
Yep, northeast.
Never eat soggy waffles.
South Carolina. We always say never eat sour watermelon.
Ours was never eat soggy waffles.
Doggy waffle.
Okay, just a few more minutes and then we're done.
Really?
Yeah, he was 16. It was accidental. You can probably search it up. I'll give you his name later on. But he was 16.
There are 60 seconds remaining.
What the man?
I know. He was 16, and by
Trying
the
to
time
talk to you.
I know. By the time he was 17, he got sentenced. They charged him as an adult. Since he testified against the other people, he got I think it was life, served 22, and then the rest of his life would be on parole. So he gets out in 2032. But what I'm getting at is that since he was in prison for so long, they say prison preserves you. This man is about to be 31, and he looks like he's 20.
Yep.
I'm just like, bro.
How much are these calls?
$3.60.
Want to call me back?
There are 15 seconds remaining.
I can call you tomorrow. I still got to take a shower.
Go take a shower and call me tomorrow.
Okay, I'll get a tablet though.
But it was good to talk to you.
It was good to talk to you too.
What do you mean? You can. I'm sorry, I'm stuffing my face. You can get a tablet and
Good
talk
night.
on it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss.
Cut them off.
Bitch. What was it I was gonna say? Oh, she's talking about how prison preserves you, and so he looks young. I have never heard that. It doesn't mean it's not true, but I could see where it would preserve your mind and keep you at the age you went in. But I've seen people who have gone through some hard time in prison, and it doesn't keep them young in appearance. In fact, they look a lot older and harder. But I could see where it preserves your mind to the to the age you were when you went into prison.
Yeah, I could see that too. Look, Rockabit said never eat sour worms. Well, who would eat worms anyway?
Don't eat worms.
Okay, everybody, I need y'all to bring your asses out to the parking lot. I know y'all probably just got here from hitchhiking, but we need to get on the bus and go back home.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
We
I'm
are-
gonna hop down and ride the bus home.
Okay,
make sure
baby.
Grandma's not licking any windows. So I'll see you down there.
Thank you for coming up with me.
Bye.
Bye. All right, I need all hands, feet, and other body parts in the windows, please. Let's get ready to go home. Destination trauma. Hey, everybody safe? Are we good? Did y'all make sure to put your windows up? Don't be throwing trash on my floor. If you ate or drank anything, you make sure to grab your trash and put it in the can on the way out this door. All right. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the love and support. Tomorrow we will go over, I think there's only 3 Chloe driver calls, but we ain't got nothing else to do. So let's go over them. All right. Thank y'all for being here. I love you, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.
So if you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think of Jones and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free. In a hippie hut, just like Jones and you see. if you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think of Jones and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free. In a hippie hut, just like Jones and you see.